Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check check. Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2.
Our first case is on page 23. Inspector Gail Williams, case number CE 2404-0052, case address 2550 Northeast 51st Street, owner Session Realty, Inc., posted at property 61224, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
The city's going to explain the violation first.
Good morning, Special Magistrate. Senior Officer Gail Williams for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 24040052, address 2550 Northeast 51st Street, apartment 207. This case was first cited on April 3rd, 2024 for the following violations. 9-307A, there are windows and doors which are not secured in a tight fitting and waterproof manner. There is a door at this location, unit number 207, which is rotted, chipped, broken, deteriorated, and the two front windows are in disrepair. The one on the left does not stay in an open position, and the one on the right has to be pulled up with excessive force. The two-bedroom windows in the back of this unit is in disrepair. The property owner is here. The city is requesting 63 days to comply or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, ma'am, we're working on the permit.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Robert Sechin. I'm the president of Sechin Realty, Inc., and I hired a general contractor, and he's working on the permit. And once he gets a permit, we're going to do the work.
Okay, so the city is seeking compliance in 63 days. Are you going to have compliance in 63 days?
I'm sure of it.
Okay, well then the compliance date is August 29, 2024, or a daily fine of $100.
Okay.
All right.
What's that?
Or a daily fine of $100.
Give you $500?
No. No. If you're not in compliance, there'll be a daily fine of $100.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 48, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 2402-0218, case address 1317 Northeast 4th Avenue, owner Agape Church of God, Inc., This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24, 5/30/24, and 6/27/24. 4 sections not complied at $100 per day. $13,400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24020218. This is in reference to the property 1317 Northeast 4th Avenue. At this time, the city is going to ask for a 63-day extension with a stay of fines and an order to reappear for August 29th hearing.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Pierre Petit-Frère. I'm the pastor of the Agape Church of God. And as long as we have the extension, we'll be okay.
Okay, so ordered. It'll be a stay of fines with a new compliance date of August 29th.
Yes.
Okay. And what? In order to reappear for August 29th, we have hearing? Okay, in order to reappear for August 29th.
Yes.
You're done.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Manny. You have a note. Thank you.
Our next case, page 31, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 2404-0547, case address 802 Northwest 10th Terrace, owner Noble Homes and Property Management LLC, personal service on 6/15/24, posted at 1 East Broward 6/13/24.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 2404-0547 in reference to the property 802 Northwest 10th Terrace. This property was initially cited on April 16, 2024 under Section 15-28, citing that the business Selvin Auto Body Work at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. Reinspection of the property was performed on June 15, 2024 and found that the establishment continues to operate without a business tax receipt. At this time, the city is requesting 28 days to comply or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Good morning, Your Honor. We're in the process of evicting the tenant right now, so we just want a couple more days to comply.
Okay, so the city's seeking 28 days. Is that not sufficient for you?
Yes, that's sufficient.
That's sufficient? Okay, so then your compliance date will be July 25th or a fine of $100 a day.
Okay, thank you.
Please state your name for the record.
Nere Santu,
Okay, all right.
Noble Homes Property Management.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Our next case, page 32, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 2404-0557, case address 844 Northwest 10th Terrace, owner Prasad USA Property Holdings LLC, posted at property 6/15/24, posted at 1 East Broward 6/13/24.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 2404-0557, reference to the property 844 Northwest 10th Terrace. Property was initially cited on April 16, 2024 under Section 15-28, citing that the auto body shop business at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. Reinspection of the property was performed on June 15, 2024, found that the establishment continues to operate without a business tax receipt. At this time, the city is requesting 28 days to comply or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Morning, Your Honor.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Dharmendra Prasad. I'm the property owner. I'm fully aware of the issues of the property. The tenant in question was advised on multiple occasions to comply. The lease that we have in place require a license to be in place. So after multiple discussion, the tenant is still non-cooperative. So we are moving with the eviction process as well. An on-demand letter was already filed by the attorney to this tenant. The next thing is the eviction notice will follow. I'm not sure that if this will be completed in 28 days. I spoke to Mr. Garcia, but we'll proceed with the first leg of this. Hopefully we can get him evicted. If not, I may come back and hopefully request some more time, but I'm hoping we don't have to do that. So that's where we are with the process. We're evicting the tenant at the moment.
Okay, so if the tenant is evicted, they're not going to do BTR then, right?
That's correct. If they end up getting evicted, then there's no need to obtain a business tax receipt. So that will be the point of compliance.
do you want them to reappear on the 28th, or you just, I mean, the 25th, or you just want to leave it for a compliance date of the 25th?
Well, I believe that if he needs an extension, then he can just send out the request, worst case scenario.
Okay.
But hopefully the process goes a little bit smoother. Just stay in touch with me as you
Yes.
have, so we'll take it from there.
Yes,
Your Honor,
sir.
if I could suggest, for the record, Rana Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office, I would suggest the 63 days with an order to reappear, understanding that the eviction process is absolutely not going to be completed in
Correct.
28 days.
That's a problem.
So certainly, the property owner can come back in 63 days and update us on where you're at.
Right.
Ideally, also with a case number too, that would be real helpful.
Thank you.
I agree with that. That's why I was asking you. I
Thank you.
think that you're not going to have this person evicted that
Yeah.
quickly. So I'm going to go do an order to reappear for August 29th and also have a
Yeah.
compliance date of August 29th, or there'll be a daily fine of $100.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Our next case, page 54. Inspector Robert Kasarowicz, case number FC 2306-0015, case address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner Thor Gallery at Beach Place LLC. This case was first heard 8/31/23 to comply by 11/30/23. 3 suspensions noted on the agenda. 1 section not complied at $250 per day. Fines start June 28, 24, and this is an order to reappear.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let the captain speak first, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning. Captain Robert Kasarowicz, Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office. This is an order for reappearance, and this is going to be for case number FC 2306-0015 with property address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. The violations that they still currently have, they do have permits that are open and they're working on. We have seen continued compliance coming into this case, even though it's been open for an extended period of time. We knew that this was going to be an extensive project going into this, and the management company has stepped up and performed what's needed in order to get done. We are going to support 91 days for an extension on this one and allow them to go ahead and finish out the permits that they currently have right now for the existing work that's out there on the property.
Okay.
Good morning, Stephen Tilbrook with Ackerman, appearing on behalf of Beach Place. And I believe, yes, we're requesting the 91-day extension where we believe the violations will be corrected within that time frame, finally. There is one item, the self-closing automatic doors, that I believe we've achieved compliance.
That is correct. We do show a date on that of April 29th, when the permits got signed off.
All right, so this is really for the 2 items involving the fire sprinklers and the trouble alarm showing on the fire alarm panel. So 91 days that we're requesting.
Great. All right. So I'm going to grant that. So your new compliance date will be September 26th.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're
Have a
welcome.
good day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Our next case, page 24, Inspector Marco Aguilera, Guy Seidemann, presenting case number CE 2404-0550, case address 3800 West Davie Boulevard, owner Tools and Much More, Inc., posted at property 6524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Guy Satterman, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 240-40550 for address 3800 West Davie Boulevard for Senior Code Compliance Officer Marco Aguilera. This case was first cited on 4/16/2024 for the following violations. 47 TAC 20.20H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. The parking stripes are faded and not clearly visible. Parking stops are dirty, discolored. This is a reoccurring violation of case CE 230-40142 and will be brought before the Special Magistrate whether or not the violation comes into compliance. This violation is complied. 9, TAC 305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, grass. This is a recurring violation of case CE 230-40142. 18 TAC 12A, there is trash, rubbish, and debris at this property and/or its swell. This is a recurring violation of case CE 230-40142 and will be brought before the special magistrate whether or not the violation comes into compliance. This violation is complied. Violation for 9 TAC 305B remains as of 6/24/24 as per photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting 28 days to come into compliance or face fines with $150 per day thereafter, and a finding of fact for 47 TAC 20.20H and 18 TAC 12A.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Pardon me?
Please state your name for the record.
Jose Gonzalez.
Okay, so do you understand what the city is seeking?
Pardon me?
The city is seeking compliance of 28 days for you have one outstanding violation of 9-305B, and they want compliance by...
Do you need an interpreter?
I believe I can handle it.
You sure? Okay.
Yes.
So they can
Thank you.
Okay, no, I'm glad you did, I'm sorry. Okay, so, again, the city is seeking compliance of July 25th, or a fine of $150 a day for the one violation still have outstanding, which is 9-305B, okay?
Okay. What else I had to do there?
Well, first, let's say your name for the record. What is your name, sir?
Jose Gonzalez.
Okay, are you the owner? You're the owner?
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
All right, so the inspector, do you want to explain again what he needs to do? He seems to be a little confused.
It appears to be that the landscape at the property is not being maintained, so there's areas that have missing ground cover. Anywhere you see where grass should be or sod, there needs to be ground cover on that part of the grass as well.
I had to plant more grass on it.
Correct. Anywhere you see where there's missing ground cover, if you see the picture right there,
Yes, I see it.
right where
Okay,
there needs to be grass on there, anywhere where it's bare.
okay, I will do
And
that.
make sure it's together, it's not separated also, and it's tight together and it's covering the area that's
Okay.
bare.
Any other questions? We have somebody to assist you if you need some interpreting right behind you.
No, I think I understood.
Okay.
Okay.
You sure?
I understood that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, and then,
Thank
all right, and I'll enter a finding of fact as to the other two violations, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Our next case, page 42, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 23120036, case address 625 Northwest 22nd Road, owner Shalonda Copeland and Margie Francis. This case was first heard 3/28/24 to comply by 4/25/24, one suspension from 5/30/24 to 6/9/24. Two sections complied at $100 per day, $6,200 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Guy Sutterman, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Enforcement, presenting case CE 231200036 for the property located at 625 Northwest 22nd Road. This case was first heard on 3/28/2024. The magistrate ruled in favor for the city, and the property owner was ordered to correct the violations at this property by 4/25/2024. The violations at this property were brought into compliance on 6/5/2024. The city is requesting a full imposition of fines in the amount of $6,200.
Hi, I'm Margie Francis, the property owner.
Okay, so as you see, did you hear what the city is seeking? The full imposition of fines of $6,200.
Yes, I understand it. Is there a way to get it reduced or not?
You can request through amnesty for the city program.
Okay,
Okay, so ordered.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 54, Inspector Guy Siderman, Case number CE 2308-0614, case address 641 Northwest 14th Avenue, owner Oasis of Hope Community Development Corp., Inc. This case was first heard 125-24 to comply by 24-24 and 328-24. Two suspensions noted on the agenda. One section not complied at $50 per day, $2,600 accrued, and this is request for extension.
Guy Satterman, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 230-80614 for the property located at 641 Northwest 14th Ave. This case was first heard on 1/25/2024. The magistrate ruled in favor of the city and the property owner, ordered to correct the violations at this property by 2/4/2024 and 3/28/2024. An extension was given on 3/28/2024 with an order to repair. As of 6/26/2024, the violation for 47 TAC 21.9.m remains as photos depict. The city is requesting fines to begin to accrue,
Good morning. Please state your name.
Good morning. Jacqueline Reed, Oasis of Hope Community Development Corporation owner.
Okay, so the city wants the fines to start, but you made a request for an extension of time. So what's your basis for our request?
Well, I paid somebody to put the sod in, and I do have pictures as to what they did, and it wasn't acceptable according to the inspector. But this was done, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This was done 2 days ago, and I took pictures just as to what they did, and the pictures, I understand, is not acceptable. I actually paid somebody to do this.
How much did you pay them?
The first time we paid for the back part, which was done correctly, I guess, that was $1,600. And then this last part was supposed to be another $1,600, and it was totaling $3,200 or $3,500 that we paid someone to do this. We're supposed to build on this property, so we're a nonprofit that received the properties from the city, from the CRA. And once we ran into some problems with the contractor and the architect. So, you know, we decided last month when we were before you to go ahead and get the rest of the grass done because it was taking a long time to get those permits. But when I paid him to do this, I thought it was going to be done correctly.
Okay. When did you last inspect the property? Yesterday. Oh, okay. So how much time are you seeking? How much additional time?
Well, I'm going to, I guess another 30 days. I'm going to see if he can come back out. I don't know. This was a professional who supposedly had done this.
Any object 28 days? Okay, I'm going to grant you additional 28 days, and I'll grant your extension with a new compliance date of July 25th. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 49, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24010970, case address 1748 East Commercial Boulevard, owner Dafa Realty LLC. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24. Two sections complied at $100 per day, $3,000 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24010970, reference to the property 1748 East Commercial Boulevard. This case was first heard on April 25th, 2024, where the magistrate found for the city At this time, the property has complied with all violations, but accrued a fine to the sum of $3,000. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines at this time.
Okay. Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Hi, good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mitchell Cohen. I'm an attorney, and I'm here with, her name is Zhaosha Liu, colloquially known as Jennifer Liu, and she is an owner, an authorized member of Dafa Realty, who's the owner of the building. What we're requesting today is essentially to see if this fine could be mitigated. I believe there may be mitigating circumstances that the court could take into consideration here. At the time, they were renting the place out to a restaurant by the name of Papico. It was like a takeout catering service, and the restaurant itself didn't notify her of the notice of violation that was tacked on there, and the problem was compounded by the fact that the corporate office, which was another relative's address, that person was out of town. When the person came back, which is her brother, back from China to see their ailing mother, she found the notice of violation. She contacted the officer, the inspector, Ms. Falusma, Jani Falusma, immediately, and after she cleaned up, got the junk hauled away, which was not refuse that she had left, and it doesn't even look like it's restaurant related. It looks like just people from the community probably were using it as a dumping ground. As far as the tree is concerned, that also was cleaned up. If it weren't for all the debris there, I don't know what qualifies as a tree that has too much overgrowth, but I would ask that maybe we could get that aspect of the violation, like that one violation, knocked off if we could. But she did remedy it with some diligence as soon as she found out about it. So,
Your Honor, if I may, we're not here for a finding of fact. We're here because fines accrued and the city's requesting the imposition of fines. If you look at the photos and as far as the dates, the city was out there at the end of January, and it wasn't until almost the end of May where the property finally came into compliance. So the city's going to stick to the request of the full imposition of fines.
And I'm sure your client was collecting rent from her tenant during this time, or?
They were gone as of May. So, and the lease itself specified that they were supposed to obviously keep that dumpster area, nice and clean and up to code. And they didn't notify her, but they're no longer there. So
Yeah,
it's a vacant property.
I don't think the crust of what the fines have to do with the overgrowth. If you look at the pictures, it's pretty much all the rubbish. It's the trash, the rubbish and debris in the rear of the property. You see a lot of rubbish and trash.
I agree with that, Your Honor. It's just what I noticed, the notice of violation cites two things. I guess it was 15 days on these two violations that add up to the $3,000.
Right. One is with the dumpster overflowing, and the other one is with the trash, rubbish, debris. I guess everything
Okay.
outside of the dumpster and the rear of the property.
Okay.
Right, is that correct? There's two different separate things. One is the dumpsters are flowing, and one is you have trash all around that.
I got you, Your Honor.
Yeah. I think, again, unfortunately, when you own the property, you're responsible, and if you're not in town, you need to have somebody oversee it for you, but it's not the city's obligation to find you. It's your obligation to, they post it how they're supposed to phone it. You get proper notice of your violation, but it's your responsibility to maintain the property. Whether you're in town or whether you're away, you have to find somebody that's local to maintain it, because that's pretty bad. I mean, that to me, a picture speaks 1,000 words. It's not just one item overflowing. You see all these things, and then what happens is, just like you said, other people start adding to it. When they see a mess, they add to it. But if it was been maintained, nothing would have been added to it.
I understand. Your Honor, I've been sitting here and I heard that there's an amnesty program, and Ms. Montoya was kind enough to tell me about that as well. Is that something that we would contact the city about, or is that something that's going to actually be mailed to her with instructions about how to apply for it, or somebody we could speak to right here today about that? In the back? Okay, wonderful.
Okay, so I'm going to grant the city's request for the full amount, and then I would suggest that you apply for the amnesty program. Then.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good. Thanks.
All right.
Our next case, page 41, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 2402-0671, case address 214 Southwest 2nd Street, owner Second City Entertainment Company. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24. One section complied at $50 per day, $600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Good morning, Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 2402-0671, the address of 214 Southwest 2nd Street. Case was first heard on 4/25/24, with the magistrate found for the city giving 10 days to comply or a fine of $50 per day. Violation 18-1 complied on 5/17/24. The city is requesting full imposition of fines, and that is it.
Good morning, Joseph Dawson, attorney for and owner of Second City Entertainment. I think Mr. Beeson would tell you that my building, which is right there, right in your visual, you can probably see it from your chair, is in an area that's continually being graffitied. We paint over it, graffiti the next weekend. Paint over it, graffiti the next weekend. I've hired a maintenance man to drive by daily. His bill for June was $1,200 to do this. I'm looking for amnesty, but I wish that the city could work with us because I'm a victim. I'm a victim of the graffiti, and I recognize the city has enough on its hands, but it just seems as if there's no deterrent. I would also point out, if I could, directly in front of my location, which is an empty space my tenant bailed on me on April 1st, there's a DOT sign with graffiti on it everywhere, and it's been there for 4 months. The historical building has got graffiti on it. It's been there for 4 months. But I'm not here to contest. I'm here to ask for amnesty. And Mr. Beast will tell you, I'm working very hard with him. You said yes? I'm not sure that you said yes.
Good morning, Katrina Johnson, Co-Compliance Manager for the City of Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, ma'am.
The city will waive the fines.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was going to make that suggestion, but she beat me to it. So yes, I'll waive the fines.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Our next case, page 52, Inspector Bovary Xantis, case number CE 2308-0068, case address 942 Northwest 14th Court, owner DeJose Velaz and Dennis Peralti Reyes. This case was first heard 2/29/24 to comply by 3/28/24. 2 suspensions noted on the agenda. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day. $6,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Xantis on behalf of City of Fort Lauderdale, Community Enhancement. Case and address as read. Honor, at this time, the property is in compliance, is in full compliance. The city is requesting administrative cost of $1,320.
Please state your name.
DeJose Velaz. I'm the owner.
Okay, so the city is only seeking $1,320 in administrative costs. They're waiving your fines of $6,600. You
Thank
okay
you
with
so
that?
much. I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Okay, then
Thank you.
ordered there. I'm going to grant the city's request for administrative costs.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
day.
you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Our next case, page 13. Inspector Bernstein Seinbert, case number CE 24030810, case address 3631 Southwest 14th Street, numbers 1 and 2, owner Rodlin Atris, posted at property 6724, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Bernstein Sandberg, presenting case CE 24030810, property address 3631 Southwest 14th Street. This property was cited on January 20th, 2024 for the following violations. 1812A complied, 9-304B complied, 47-21.15.d. There is a tree abuse of an avocado tree at this RD 15 zone property. This case will be brought to a special magistrate to request an imposition of fines. 47-20.20H. There are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. The gravel in the soil is in disrepair, is uneven, and has weed growing throughout. 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including the swell. I've been in contact with this property owner. He has submitted permit LND-TREE-24060244 for the after-the-fact tree removal. The city has issued the permit as of 6/26/2024. Notice of hearing posted on the property. Pre-hearing conducted on June 23rd revealed the violation stated remains. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that show violations as depicted. The city is requesting 63 days for 47-21.15.d, as well as 47-20.20H. For 9-305B, the city is requesting 28 days or a fine of $100 per day per violation, and the city is requesting the fine for the after the fact for the tree abuse of $150 for the fine for the tree.
On the tree abuse, you're asking for a total fine of $150 or a daily fine of $150?
No, just a one-time fine for $150 for the tree abuse.
Okay, and on the other two violations, you're seeking?
63 days for the, he has a permit, so he's gonna go through the process, and the property owner stated that he's gonna attempt to pull a permit to continue the driveway from the apron down. So we're giving them enough time just to make sure he gets that done.
Okay, so 63 days for 47-20.20, and then you want 28 days for 9-305B.
Correct.
And both of those are $100 a day. Okay.
Correct.
$150 total. Is there, okay, that's, yeah. Please state your name.
Morning, Your Honor. Name Rodlin Acarius, homeowner.
Okay, are you okay with what the city's recommending?
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Okay, then so ordered.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You got that. You just want $100.
Our next case, page 50, Inspector Bovary Exantis, case number CE 24010576, case address 1461 Northwest 20th Court, numbers 1 and 2, owner Leonore Jules. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24 and 5/30/24. One section not complied at $100 per day, $2,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Which one's she doing? Oh, the bottom, okay.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Officer Exantis on behalf of City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement. Your Honor, at this time, this property is actually in compliance. The city is requesting an administrative cost of $560.
I'm sorry, how much?
560, 560.
Okay, please state your name.
This is Leonard Jules.
Okay, so the city is only seeking $560 administrative costs. They're waiving the $2,800 fine that you have accumulated. Are you okay with that?
I'm not sure because I have complied on everything that you guys are asking me for.
So the fines are for, the $560 is administrative. It's all of the costs the city incurred for them going onto the property, for appearing from special magistrate. I don't have the list of fines, but these are administrative costs that the city incurs when you have a violation. So they're just seeking the cost. They're not seeking the fines.
Well,
Okay, so I'm going to order the city's request of $560 for administrative costs.
Your Honor, just for the record, I just want to state that the compliance pictures are not in the sliding show right now due to the fact yesterday I didn't have time to put them in the case study right now. But I do have a compliance picture of which with me right now.
Okay, all right.
so what that means exactly, I'm not sure.
So you're in compliance, and you'll get a bill for $560, which are the costs that are associated with the fine. But there's no fines, it's just with a violation, there's $560 in administrative costs.
It's not okay, but I have no choice. Thank you.
Sir, you have another case? All right, Bo, you're good. His next case is with Manny. Next case, page 30, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24030949, case address 1506 Northwest 5th Avenue, owner Leonard Jules, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24030949, reference to the property 1506 Northwest 5th Avenue. This property was initially cited on March 27, 2024 for the following violations. 9-363 has complied, 18-4C has complied, 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swale. 47-34.4.B.1 has complied. 47-34.1.8.1, there's illegal land use occurring at this RDS 15 zone property. There's illegal outdoor storage consisting of, but not limited to, indoor furniture, plastic bags, used tires, derelict vehicles, commercial vehicles, and other miscellaneous items. Section 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Section 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exteriors that have stains. 47-20.20H, the parking area at this RDS 15 zone property is in disrepair. The parking area was observed to be covered in a non-dustless material, cracked, uneven surfaces, and stained. Section 9-280 parentheses C has complied. 9-308B has complied. Reinspection was performed on June 26, 2024, found that the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting the following. For Section 18-12A, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter. Section 47-34.1.8.1, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter. Section 9-305B, 28 days or $100 per day thereafter. 9-306, 28 days or $100 per day thereafter. 47-20.20H, 91 days or $100 per day thereafter.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Leonard Jules.
So do you understand what the city is seeking? They want compliance with the outstanding violations. So they want compliance with 2 of the violations within 10 days, which would be July 7, 2024, a fine of $100 a day, which for violations 18-12A and violation 47-34-1A1. And then they want compliance of 28 days for 2 violations of 9-305B and 9-306, or $100 a day. And then they want compliance of the last violation of 47-20.20 and 91 days, which would be September 26, or a fine of $100 a day. Okay, so you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so ordered.
Your Honor, just want to add on to the record, and I do apologize. Given that and I just want this to go on the record, because of the property is a multifamily unit, as per section 47-20.13F, the front of the property where the right-of-way begins cannot be gravel. It has to be either asphalt or pavers and grass, as per the section for the City of Fort Lauderdale's Unified Land Development Regulations.
Do you understand?
Yes, I met with him last Saturday.
Okay, perfect. Then just stay in contact with him so that you can get in compliance without so you can avoid these fines.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, you're welcome. Good luck.
Our next case, page 6, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 2403-0224, case address 1470 North Dixie Highway. Owner, Wisteria Court Condo Association, Inc., posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 2403-0224, reference to property 1470 North Dixie Highway. Property was initially cited by previous Officer Lombard for the following violations. Section 9-280C, the hallways and corridors are not being kept in good sanitary condition. The pavers are in disrepair. 9-306 has complied. 9-278C, the hallway lighting is not currently working, causing an unsafe walking hazard. Section 47-20.20H, there are parking facilities that are not being maintained at this property. The wheel stops are not properly installed and the parking aisles are faded. 9-313A, property is not identified by approved address numbers. 9-280H1, the wood fence at this property is in disrepair. The wood fence is rotted, leaning, and missing support. Reinspection was performed on June 28, 2024, found that the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. This time, the city is requesting the following. Section 9-280C, 28 days or $100 per day thereafter. 9-278C, 15 days or $100 per day thereafter. Section 47-20.20H is 91 days or $100 per day thereafter. Section 9-313, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter. For Section 9-280H1, 28 days or $100 per day thereafter.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. Dale Clappison, Property Manager. I'm good with that.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 33, Inspector Evan Oakes, case number CE 2403-0906, case address 200 Southeast 19th Street, owner C. Isabel Dreyer Living Trust, C. Isabel Dreyer trustee, posted at property 6124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324. 33.
33.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Evan Oakes, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case CE 2402-0906, property address 200 Southeast 19th Street. This property was initially inspected on March 26, 2024 by Senior Inspector Champagne, and the following violation was observed. 15-2787 is complied. Per the vacation rental certificate, the property is approved for a maximum of 6 guests. The property was advertising for 10 guests. This property is complied at this time. The city is seeking a finding of fact that a violation did occur, and if repeated, a fine of $500 per day be imposed immediately.
Okay. Good morning. Please
Good
state your name
morning.
for the
My name is Isabel Dreyer. I own the 200 Southeast 19th Street. As you could see, Your Honor, outside of the property is the grass. People, anybody park there.
That's not what the violation's for. The violation is for you had the advertising for this vacation rental property was incorrect. So you have since changed the advertising, you corrected it, so you're in compliance. The city just wants a finding of fact that if you go ahead and do this again, there'll be a fine of $500 per day automatically imposed, but as of now, there's no fines being imposed. They just want it for the record that you had this violation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. All right, thank you.
They have another case.
You have another,
Ma'am?
ma'am, you have another case, don't leave yet.
She has one more case.
You have another case, don't leave yet.
Oh, I do? Okay, cheapers.
The next case, page 36, Inspector Evan Oakes, case number CE 24030838, case address 200 Southeast 19th Street, owner C. Isabel Dreyer Living Trust, posted at property 51624, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Evan Oakes, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case CE 24030838, property address 200 Southeast 19th Street. This property was initially inspected on March 23, 2024 by Inspector Jolly, and the following violation was observed. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-278E, there are hurricane shutters covering some of the windows of this occupied residential property. This case will be presented, this violation will be presented to a special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 18-12A is complied. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, and the following violations remain. 9-305B and 9-278E as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 10 days to comply for violation 9-278E and 28 days to comply for violation 9-305B, or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter to be imposed.
Are you seeking a finding of fact on 18-12A?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please state your name for the record again.
Yes, my name is Molina. I'm the property manager, and the reason that the owners were
But you
down-
need to get close to the mic because I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, the reason that the owners were down is because, as you all know, has been very hot, almost 100 degrees every day, so that kept it cool. However, the owners were already put up a week ago or so, that the owners are already up, so that is
Okay,
not an issue.
nothing to do with, it has to do with the landscape is not being maintained.
No.
They want the landscape to be maintained, so they're asking you to be in compliance in 10 days on the landscape. And they're also stating that you have hurricane shutters that are covering some of the windows, and you can't do that. So again, they're asking you to remove the hurricane shutters.
Your Honor, it's 28 days for
28
the landscaping.
Oh, it's the landscape is
It's
28 days?
28 days, yes, and 10 days for the
Oh, okay, thanks for that. Okay, so you have 28 days to correct the landscape issue, and you have 10 days to correct the hurricane shutter issue.
Yeah,
Do you
the
understand what the
hurricane
violations
shutters-
are?
Yeah, the hurricane shutters are up. Insofar as the landscaping to resod or put new grass, while it's very hot and dry, it's going to be a waste of money. It's just going to die. The grass is going to die.
Okay, again, I suggest that you speak to the inspector, rewording the specifics of that, but they just want compliance. So you have 28 days to get in compliance,
So
like
you're
I said.
telling me that you're giving me 28 days in order to put new grass?
You have 28 days to correct the landscaping.
Yeah, that's new grass. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
In this heat, new grass will die again.
Well, there's a sprinkler system. I can't tell you how to do landscaping.
I
but-
do have sprinklers, but, seems that the tenants are sprinkling, but the grass got died.
Okay, I suggest that you speak with the city inspector then to,
Yes, we will speak after, in the back. Yeah,
He says he's going to speak with
well,
you
we
after
will
this
speak in
meeting.
the back.
All right, I'll speak with you. Thank you.
okay,
Thanks a
all
lot.
right, good luck to you.
Bye.
Our next case, page 11, Inspector Bernstein Seinberg, case number CE 24020419, case address 1209 Southwest 20th Street, owner Kelly Callagher, posted at property 53124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Bernstein Sandberg, presenting case CE 2402-0419, property address 1209 Southwest 20th Street. This property was cited on February 15th, 2024 for the following violations. 4721.15.A. One oak tree was removed without first obtaining a permit. This case will be brought to the special magistrate to requesting imposition of fines of $150 for irreparable and irreversible violations. 47-19.2.8H.2.1. There is a storage/shipping container being used for personal or storage at this RS8 single-family zone without a permit. Notice of hearing posted on the property. Pre-hearing conducted on June 19th revealed the violation remains. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that show violations as depicted. The city is requesting 91 days to submit the after-the-fact permit for tree removal and the removal of the shipping container or fine of $50 per day per violation.
91 days or $50? And you're seeking a $150 fine for the oak tree removal?
Correct.
Okay. Please state your name.
Yes, my name is Kelly Keller. I'm the property owner.
Okay. Are you okay with the city's recommendation?
Well, no, actually, no, today I'm not. For the fact is, I agreed to get the permits, and I've been emailing the city, and I keep getting bounced around from person to person. I
Okay,
agreed
so-
to get the permits, but
So they're giving you 91 days. You're saying that's not sufficient time? The city's...
well, that's up to you guys. I mean, granted, I've been emailing, and I keep getting pushed to different people to get permits. I work outside the country. And literally, I'm in the States maybe 2 weeks a year, 3 weeks a year. So everything's done by email. So the only reason I'm here today is because, well, I was afraid that, you know, I'm going to get fined all these fees.
Right. So
I
no,
actually
there's no
flew in
fine.
out of the
There's
country.
one fine that's being imposed. That's $150 for removal of the oak tree, okay? Then the city is seeking compliance of 91 days or a fine of $50 a day. So there's no fine imposed at this moment for that violation. You have 91 days to get in compliance, okay? If you need to stay in touch with the inspector and let him know what issues you're going through, but 91 days seems sufficient amount of time to get into compliance. But fines are not starting today. They start in 91 days. If you're not in compliance, would be September 26th.
Okay.
Okay? And I suggest maybe get a power of attorney for someone local if you need.
Yeah, I don't have that option.
I guess an attorney, somebody. I'm just saying if you can't make it, we don't do Zoom hearings, so if
No,
the event.
I understand that. I'm willing to get the permit, but I
Okay.
keep getting bounced around from person to person.
I understand.
So
Well, that's,
then-
hopefully 91 days should be sufficient to get
Yeah,
what,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
what you need. It's an after-the-fact permit. So, all right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 29, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24040124, case address 1633 Northwest 4th Avenue, owner Sharon Way and Marie Way, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24040124, reference to property 1633 Northwest 4th Avenue. Property was initially cited on April 4th, 2024 for the following violations. 18-4C has complied. Section 47-34.1.8.1, there's illegal land use occurring at this RDS 15 zone property. There's illegal outdoor storage consisting of, but not limited to, vehicle parts, gym equipment, interior furniture, yard equipment, derelict vehicles, and other miscellaneous items. Section 47-20.13A, the gravel area on this property is in disrepair. Portions of the gravel swale were observed with overgrown weeds and oil stains. Areas of the swale were observed uneven and not smooth and well graded, covered in a non-dustless material. Section 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Section 9-304B, there are vehicles and trailers parked on the grass and lawn area. A reinspection was performed on June 22nd, 2024, found that the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting the following. For section 47-34.1.8.1, the city is requesting 10 days or $100 per day thereafter. For section 47-20.13A, The city's requesting 63 days or $100 per day thereafter. For Section 9-305B, the city's requesting 28 days or $100 per day thereafter. And for Section 9-305B, the city's requesting 10 days or $100 per day thereafter.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
My name is Sharon Way.
Okay, so you heard what the city's seeking?
I did some of the stuff that he said I supposed to have did. The car is gone, and I sprayed the rocks because they ain't showing the rocks over there where my trailer at.
Okay, the city re-inspected your property June 22nd, and they found as of June 22nd, you still had 4 violations that were still at issue. So they want compliance within 10 days for 47-34-1A1, which is illegal land use occurring at this RDS 115 zone property. There is illegal outdoor storage consisting but not limited to vehicle parts, gym equipment, interior furniture, yard equipment, derelict vehicles, and other miscellaneous items. You need to get rid of all that within 10 days, okay? Let me finish. Okay. Also, under 9-304B, there are vehicles and trailers parked in the grass and lawn area. That has to be removed within 10 days as well, okay? Otherwise, there'll be a daily fine of $100. Then the city wants you to fix the landscape. It's not being kept in a neat and well-kept appearance. And there's areas that are dead and missing ground cover. They want compliance within 28 days or $100 a day fine. The last violation, the 47-20-13A, the gravel swell area on the property is in disrepair. Portions of the gravel swell were observed with overgrown weeds and oil stains. Area of the swale were observed uneven and not smooth and well-graded, covered in a non-dustless material. They want you to fix the swale within 63 days or a fine of $100 a day.
Okay, I moved half of the stuff what he was talking about out of there. The car's gone.
Okay, I just need you to understand that you have compliance dates, okay?
So
And
that
then
swale, what I got to do to the swale?
You need to speak to the inspector, and he'll explain it. If you want, he'll come out to the property, explain to you specifically what you need to do, but I want you to be mindful that you have compliance dates starting in 10 days, which would be July 7th.
Can I get an extension a little bit longer? Because I have to take care of my mom. Like right now, my mom is at home by herself.
Okay, how much time do you need?
At least 90 days.
90 days?
Yes, because I'm on the child she got, so hey, like right now I'm here because something like that right there. My mom is home waiting on me to come back.
Well, these are things that are done while you're at home. I mean,
my mom don't live with me.
What is?
And I am the only child, so it is. Like right now, my mom is laying in the bed. My mom is bedridden, so I'm standing here.
Your Honor, all right. So given the circumstances, the city will do for Section 47-34.1.8.1, for Section 9-305B and Section 9-304B, we'll do 28 days or $100 per day thereafter for each violation. And then for Section 47-20.13A, we'll push it to 91 days or $100 per day thereafter.
And what about a 9-305B? You're going to keep that 28 days?
Yeah, we'll keep that one as 28 days.
Okay, so so 3 of the 4 violations, you have until July 25th to get into compliance. And on the last violation, which has to do with the swale, you have 91 days, which will be September 26th. I suggest you reach out to the city to understand specifically what needs to get done, but they are giving you more time. They're agreeing to more time. Okay? All right, good luck to you.
Our next case, page 47, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24020205, case address 1138 Northeast 5th Terrace, owner Thomas B. and Robin T. Wasserman. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/30/24. 3 sections not complied at $100 per day, $8,400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Hi, good morning.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 0205. In reference to the property 1138 Northeast 5 Terrace. This case was first heard on April 25th, 2024, where the magistrate found for the city. At this time, the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. City is asking for the imposition of fines to the sum of $8,400, which continue to accrue until all violations have been complied.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Angela Bennett.
Okay, so you're not in compliance as to three of the violations. The city is asking for the full amount and for the fines to continue to run.
Okay, so the landscaping has been completed and also the pavement. So I am not aware of the other violations, I guess.
Okay, there's a chain link fence at this property is in disrepair, and the landscape in this property is not being maintained, and the parking areas were found to be in disrepair. So I suggest that you reach out to the city and the inspector and have them come and re-inspect and get a clear understanding. But when did you last inspect the property?
The last time that the property was inspected was June 15th.
Okay, so you have to reach out to the city if you're in compliance so they can re-inspect.
And you said we could meet on Saturday? Okay,
Okay, so I'm granting the city's request.
okay. Yeah, I have several.
The next case, page 45, Inspector Marco Aguilera, case number CE 23120395, case address 1050 Northwest 6th Street, number 4, owner 1050 Northwest 6th Street, LLC. This case was first heard 3/28/24 to comply by 4/25/24 and 5/30/24. Two sections not complied at $150 per day, $13,650 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue. And we do have Inspector Guy Siderman presenting.
Guy Satterman, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 23120395 for the address 1050 Southwest 6th Street for Senior Code Compliance Officer Marco Aguilera. This case was previously heard at the 3/28/24 hearing where the magistrate found for the city and ordered 28 days for missing ground cover and 63 days for the dumpster placement or face fines of $150 per day per violation. Re-inspections were conducted and the property remains in violation as per the photos depict, and fines began to accrue. As of 6/23/24, the property remains in violation, and at this time, the city is requesting the imposed fines accrued and for fines to continue to accrue.
Okay.
So we were wondering, there's
State your name for the record again.
Oh, Angela Bennett. There's grass coverage now. Are you asking that we place asphalt there? Is that what we're trying to figure out, if it's supposed to be rocks, asphalt? Because right now, currently, there's grass coverage.
City response.
As of 6/23/24, the property remains in violation. When was the grass put down?
I just drove it yesterday, so the grass is there, but that's what we weren't understanding. We have a asphalt bid here. It's like $40,000, but there's never been asphalt there. So we're just trying to clarify if we can continue to have grass there or if we have to put asphalt in.
Okay, I suggest to meet with the city. You know, there was a compliance date that came and went, and so you have, right now, they're just seeking that the fines be imposed, which I'm going to grant. But once you're in, you should reach out to the city and see what you need to get in compliance, because if you had a question about it, I guess, when it was first imposed, whether it has to be grass or asphalt, that's a really relevant question. So I just suggest that you reach out to them and figure out if the grass is sufficient, then you're in compliance, but they have to come and re-inspect.
So we were not the management company at that time, so all the notices were going to the previous management company.
Okay.
So that's why we haven't been in compliance with all of these. We were just made aware of them.
Okay. Okay, so I don't know, is there?
We received those on June 10th. That's when we were made aware of everything, and that's when we contacted all the inspectors.
Okay, so as long as the city, you have, I guess, the records updated that you're the management company, they'll know who to contact.
Yeah, moving forward, yes.
Perfect. All right. Good luck to you then. So I guess you could reach out to the inspector.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. So I'm going to grant the city's request for the fines to continue to run and to accrue. Okay.
There's another case, I think.
Oh, is there a third case?
Yeah.
What's the address?
Looks for 717 Northeast. 13th?
Okay, give us a minute, we'll call.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Our next case, page 8. Inspector Gustavo Caracas, case number CE 2403-0107, case address 109 South Victoria Park Road, owner Russell A. Bailey, posted at property 52924, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, my name is Russ Ballou.
Thank you. I'm gonna have, where's the city? Where's her suitcase sitting at? Oh, okay.
I beg your pardon?
We'll recall you as soon as the inspector comes back in the room. Sorry about that, sir. Our next case, page 27. Inspector Manuel Garcia. Case number CE 2403-0709, case address 1115 Northwest First Avenue, owner Thomas A. Smith, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Morning.
Good morning.
Just curious. Just saying.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 2403-0709, reference to the property 1115 Northwest First Avenue. This property was initially cited on March 20th, 2024 for the following violations. Section 9-363, failure to register the residential rental dwelling within the city of Fort Lauderdale. The free application has not been submitted or it is incomplete. Section 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Section 9-304B, there are vehicles parked on an unapproved surface. There are portions of the driveway, including but not limited to the approach, that were observed missing gravel, uneven surfaces, and covered in a non-dustless material. Section 9-280B, the roof on the property is not being properly maintained. The roof was observed not weather-tight as it is being covered by a tarp. Section 47-34.1.8.1, there's illegal land use occurring at this RD15 zone property. There's outdoor storage consisting of, but not limited to, fuel containers, car parts, commercial equipment, and other miscellaneous items. Section 9-313, parentheses A, property is not identified by approved address numbers. Section 18-4C, there's derelict vehicles being stored on the rear of the property. The vehicles were observed in derelict condition as per the definition of Section 18-3 due to being wrecked. And a reinspection was performed on June 15, 2024, and found that the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting the following. Section 9-363, 10 days or $250 per day thereafter. Section 9-305B, 28 days or $100 per day thereafter. Section 9-304B, 28 days or $100 per day thereafter. 9-280B, 63 days or $100 per day thereafter. For Section 47-34.1.8.1, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter. Section 9-313A, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter. For Section 18-4C, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Hi, good morning. Omar Prasad, attorney for Thomas A. Smith, owner of the property.
Okay, so are you in agreement with the city's, all the dates that they're seeking, compliant dates?
Yes, thank you. Just to get some clarification on the dates, for, sir, 9-280B for the roof, how many days was supplied?
63.
63. Is there a possibility to get it to 90 days?
The city does not oppose to 91 days, Your Honor.
Okay, 91 days is fine.
Okay, and for the rest of the dates, I apologize, sir. The 10-day was for the 9313A. Is that for the address numbers, correct?
So
Okay,
10 days is
got
for
it.
9-363, and for 47-34.1A1, 9-313A, and 18-4C.
Okay. I kindly request, can those be set at 20 days?
Your Honor, I'm going to oppose on those. Section 9-363 is a simple application that takes less than 5 minutes. For section 47-34.1.8.1, it's just about removing all the clutter at the rear yard of the property. For section 9-313A, it's just sticking some numbers on front of the property. And then also for section 18-4C, because it is a nuisance, the city's going to back out on actually allowing anything more than 10 days, simply because of the fact that there are derelict vehicles on the property. So we're going to oppose on that one. We're going to stick to the 10 days.
Okay, I'm gonna as well order the 10 days on those. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, understood, and thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Our next case, page 49, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24030578, case address 717 Northeast 13th Court, owner 717 Northeast 13th Court LLC. This case was first heard 5/14/24 to comply by 5/24/24. One section not complied to $100 per day, $3,400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24030578, reference to the property 717 Northeast 13th Court. Case was first heard on May 14, 2024. The magistrate found for the city. At this time, the property remains in violation. The city is requesting the imposition of fines to the sum of $3,400, which continues to accrue until the violation has been complied.
Okay, please state your name for the record again.
Angela Bennett.
So Angela, as you see, it's a pretty simple application that hasn't been done.
We actually worked on it all night last night, and we're receiving an error message. I mean, I even had 2 or 3 people trying to do it. So, I mean, you said to Google it. We did that. It's still not popping up.
Okay, I'll just have you reach out to the city, but I'm going to grant the city's request for the amount to continue in the full amount since it still hasn't, it's been 34 days that you haven't registered it, but reach out to the city so they can give you assistance with that.
Contact the city, you said?
Yeah, she needs a little bit of assistance. He said he'll talk to you.
Your Honor, I'll speak to her now.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 8, Inspector Gustavo Caracas, case number CE 24030107, case address 109 South Victoria Park Road, owner Russell A. Ballou, posted at property 52924, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, Session Magistrate. Gus Caracas for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Inspector presenting case number CE 24030107 for the property located at 109 South Victoria Park Road. Inspection of the property was performed on March 4th and cited for the following violation. 47-2115A, it shall be unlawful to remove any tree without first obtaining a tree removal permit. An inspection notice has been issued for several trees removed from the property, including but not limited to 1 oak tree, 1 yellow tab, 4 Ficus benjamiana, and 1 carpo tree. This case will be presented to Special Magistrate to request imposition of fines for irreparable and irreversible violation. Courtesy notice was mailed to the property owner listed on BCPI via first class mail on March 4th, allowing 60 days to come into compliance. Contact has not been made with the property owner until today. Special Magistrate request form sent on May 6th for today's Special Master, And pre-hearing inspection was done on June 24th, and the pictures presented here were taken to confirm the violation still has not been brought into compliance, and we don't see also a permit for any tree, after-the-fact tree permit. The city's requesting the following: 30 days to come into compliance or a daily fine of $50 for the violation that exists. Photos submitted into record for evidence, and we have the owner with us here today.
It has to be 28 days. Yeah, no. Okay, please state your name for the record.
Sure. My name is Russ Ballou.
Okay, are you okay with the city? The city is seeking 30 days. I'm actually going to make it 28 days because that's usually what we go by. Are you okay with 28 days
Your
for
magistrate?
compliance? I'm sorry?
Magistrate, I'm sorry. He didn't request the fines for the irreparable and irreversible damage of removing the trees.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry about that. It's because this is an irreparable and irreversible case. It's going to be $150 per tree, and we counted 8 trees that were removed as far as the landscaping department could see. So it's $1,200 for irreparable, irreversible fine, but we're still going to give the owner the 30 days to come into compliance, or an additional $50 fines per day will be issued.
Okay. Sir, do you understand what they're seeking?
Well, yes. I do plead ignorance that I was not aware that a permit was required to remove trees. I hired a contractor to do that. He did not say anything about a permit. So you could see those trees were a nuisance and needed to be removed. So I just went ahead ignorant of the fact that the city did require permits.
I can get with you. I have no problem, and a pleasure to finally meet you, because I've been knocking on the door.
Right.
I'm going to give you my card, and I want to talk to you to actually take care of these issues. Unfortunately, the city stands that with the fines and the violations as of today. So the landscaper just counted 8 trees out of how many trees were taken off. So we're going to be with the 8 right now at $150 per tree, which is $1,200 for irreparable, irreversible. You're still going to have an additional 30 days.
28 days.
28 days, an additional 28 days to actually apply and obtain the required permit, which is an after-the-fact permit for the trees that were removed. If you require more time, please let me know. I will greatly be more than glad to help you out.
Okay, so you're requesting that I apply for permits to remove 8 trees, is that correct?
The trees that have already been removed. It's called an after-the-fact permit, correct?
Okay. And do I do that at the office that, where the building?
We can talk about this, how to get to it, and I'll point you to the right direction.
Good.
But this is basically how we stand, 28 days to get the permit. Okay?
And they're also seeking $1,200 for the trees that you had taken down already.
Right. I'm surprised that the contractor never even mentioned it to me.
Well, some arborists, it depends on their knowledge on, whether or not they know city rules and how they remove trees or not. I mean, unfortunately, yours may have not known, or who knows?
Surprising.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to grant the city's request for the $1,200 fine plus 28-day compliance or $50 a day.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
I'll speak with you in the back, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 53, Inspector Bovary Exantis, case number CE 23120709, case address 1201 Northwest 10th Place, owner Julian Johnston. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24 and 5/30/24. 3 sections not complied at $100 per day, $10,900 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Officer Exensis on behalf of City of Fort Lauderdale, Community Enhancement. Case and address as read by the clerk. This property was posted for a notice of hearing in June 16. The pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 20, 2024. Revealed as depicted in the photos, the city is requesting the full imposition of fines and the fines to continue to accrue until the property is brought into compliance.
Okay, please state your name.
Christy Ann Lindeborg.
Okay.
Julian's out of the country, so he would like an extension. But also, I have photos because our contractor has gone several times to fix the property. There is a junkyard across the street. They park their cars there. They throw trash there. I just drove by this morning. They were parking their cars this morning, and a guy threw his coffee cup on the ground. I have photos, timestamps, showing the times that we fixed it, and then when you guys go, or even I go, twice a month, the property is exactly how it was before it was fixed. The only thing that we have not fixed is this front part. He did it once, he replaced it with grass, but because they keep parking their cars there, it just turns back to that. So he wanted to know if there could be something other than grass there as well.
Okay, you also have a chain link issue. The chain link fence is not,
Yeah, he has to fix that as well. He knows that. We try to repair it, but sometimes they park too far, and they'll like destroy the fence as well. It's been ongoing. Just this morning before coming here, I went there. They had 6 cars there. They were drinking their coffee and throwing their cups on the ground.
Your Honor. Hi, good morning. Supervisor Kaloyan for District 3. So I just want to point out that the 1812 with the with the overgrowth, trash, and debris, obviously that's the responsibility of the property owner, regardless of, who's putting it there. But I also want to, for the missing grass, for the right-of-way, this has been going on.
Whoever's got their phone ringing, can you please silence it?
This has been going on since December, and this is something that needs to be taken care of. If she wants to do something later, that's fine, but it's still in violation.
Okay, she had a question about the asphalt. Is that what your question
Yeah,
was?
if the front could be replaced with something other than grass, because I brought the photos where we have replaced it, but it just goes back to looking like no one's taken care of it because of the cars and the junkyard that parks their cars across the street.
Your Honor, she would have to go to the city and request a variant in order for her to have anything other than grass to put on the right-of-way, and also apply for a permit to have the right-of-way paved or asphalt or gravel, whichever she'd like. But she got to go to the city of Fort Lauderdale and get a variant to do so.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to grant the city's request for the full amount and for the fines to continue, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 35. Inspector Evan Oakes, case number CE 24050269, case address 2356 Southwest 18th Terrace, owner Alejandro Carrion and Ursula Carrion, posted at property 6124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Evan Oakes, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case CE 24050269, property address 2356 Southwest 18th Terrace. This property was initially inspected on May 9th, 2024, and the following violation was observed. 15-272A complied. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, and the violation is still complied. The city is seeking a finding of fact that a violation did occur, and if repeated, a fine of $250 per day be imposed immediately.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Yes, Bianca Fernandez, property manager.
Okay, so are you,
Yes, so I was under the impression that it was removed the second we got this
you're
violation.
you're in compliance. The city just wants it to be for
sorry,
the
I didn't-
record that if it happens again, you're going to get a daily fine, $250.
Perfect. We are waiting for, now City of Fort Lauderdale has all the paperwork, so I'm just waiting for inspection date.
Okay, so
Where-
what? All right, so order then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 47, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 2401-0447, case address 1016 Northwest 6th Avenue, owner Estevez Elite Multi-Services LLC. This case was first heard 3/28/24 to comply by 4/7/24 and 5/30/24. One section complied at $100 per day, $2,900 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia, presenting case CE 2401-0447, reference to the property 1016 Northwest 6th Avenue. This case was initially heard on March 28, 2024, and the magistrate found for the city. Subject properties in compliance, but accrued fines to the sum of $2,900. At this time, the city is requesting full imposition of fines.
Good morning, my name is Warrogan Estevez. I didn't find out till like April because I was kicking one tenant out, and the other tenant was the sister, so you already know how that went. So I didn't find out till April. I talked to the gentleman, and then I got everything fixed by the end of May. So
Right.
the only thing-
So what happened was because you had a compliance date of May 6th is when you were supposed to comply, which was just an application, and you didn't do the application. You were 29 days late in doing your application, and that's why the fines were $2,900.
for the online thing for registering, right?
Mhm.
When I did that, May 6th,
You were supposed to do it by May 6th. You didn't do it for 29 days. That was your, no, I'm sorry, you complied on May 6th. You had original compliance date, April 7th.
okay. Well, like I said, I didn't find out till April, so I guess after that April date, okay.
Right. So I guess it took you for whatever reason, it took you 29 days to comply. Is there a reason why it took you so many days?
To be honest, I don't even know.
Magistrate, the city will waive the fines and impose admin costs of $645.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to waive the fines and just impose the administrative cost of $645.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 10. Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 23100528, case address 1333 Northeast 2nd Avenue, owner Charles Falcone and Josephine Falcone, posted at property 5/15/24, posted at 1 East Broward 6/13/24.
Morning.
Good morning, Inspector Jean-Claude Noel with the City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 23100528 for the property located at 1333 Northeast 2nd Avenue. The property was first inspected on 10/23/23 and was given time to correct the following violations. 18-12A, there is trash, rubbish, leaves, debris on the property and/or the swale, including the rear of the property. 9-305B, the gravel concrete driveway at this property is not being maintained. The surface is cracked, damaged, and has stains with dirt or oil. There are weeds growing through the gravel. 9-306, the exterior of the building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts including fascia, soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of the exterior that has stains and missing peeling paint, to include but not limited to the walkway leading to the front porch. 9-280H1, the chain link fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The top support bar is not secure, and there are missing sections of the fence. 9-308, there's debris and trash and other elements which are not permitted on the roof. 9-278E, complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 26, 2023, and the following violations have not been complied. Depicted are the photos that you see here. The city is requesting 10 days to comply with fine or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter for 18-12A. And for the remaining violations, the city is requesting 28 days to comply with or a fine of $50 per day. I would like to submit my case file and photos for the court.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Charles Falcone.
Okay, so do you see what the city's seeking?
I'm sorry.
Do you understand what the city's seeking?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You understand what the city?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so do you have any problem getting to compliance within that time period?
I'd like more time if I can get it, please. I'd like to ask for 90 days if you can help me with that.
Well, it's been going on for over, you said the original was October 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's been over a year. It's a year and a half, actually.
Over a year. I had no idea about this until I met Mr. Knoll.
Not over a year.
Until he knocked on my door and gave me the papers. I had no idea this was even going on until then. And that's
Okay.
just in May or June. Or May, rather.
You just found out about it in May of 2024?
I just found out about it now. When I met this man, that's when I found out about this.
Mr. Falcone, they're not talking about the paperwork. They're talking about the first time me and you made contact.
When did we meet?
On 10/23/2023. Remember, I knocked on your door, provided you information, you started the process.
But that's just recently.
No, sir, Mr. Falcone. The first time we met, when I initially did the report on the property. I'm not talking about yesterday.
No, yeah, the very first time we met.
Yes.
When was that?
When I provided you the paperwork and I posted on the property, me and you had a discussion.
That was in 2024.
In 2023, sir.
Are you kidding me?
No, sir.
Well, I'm totally confused.
That's okay, sir.
Okay, so anyway, based on the testimony from the city.
You came in our neighborhood in 2023.
Yes, sir.
Wow, man, I'm getting old then, because I could swear that we just met a couple months ago.
Yes, sir.
How many months is it that we met?
It's been over a year.
8 months.
Oh, it can't be over a year.
Not 8 months.
Can't be over a year.
8 months.
Oh, I'm getting my years confused. 8 months,
The
sorry.
photos that we've taken, all the photos that we've taken, they're all time stamps, date stamps. It's been a while, Mr. Falcone.
Wow.
First thing you said to me is like, it's been a long time since
I could swear it's only a couple months.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
All right, I'm baffled.
Supervisor Bass for
I'm
the City
back.
of Fort Lauderdale, Magistrate. Supervisor Bass for the City of Fort Lauderdale. So, is the property owner, what are we asking at this time? Is the property owner asking for like additional time to come into compliance? 'Cause
He
as we
asked for
stated, this
91
was-
days is what he's asking
This
for.
property was cited in October. For which violations? For 1812A, we're still going to stay with 10 days because that violation, we don't think needs 91 days to come into compliance. For the driveway, could he please verify what violations he needs the additional time for?
Which
I'm over
violations
here.
are you seeking additional?
I'm over here. I'm over here.
She's over there.
I'm over
And
here.
she's in the green.
Very difficult to hear here.
This is very hard to hear in here.
I understand.
Yeah, my apologies. Supervisor Bass, the supervisor over the area. How much time, which violations are you saying you need additional time? Which violations are you saying you need additional time for?
To get the whole thing done, I have to do this, but I don't have the money to pay someone to do this.
Okay, so the city wouldn't be opposed to grant additional time for compliance for the remaining violations. 1812A, we're still gonna ask for the original time that we asked, that we stated, but for the remaining violations, we're going to give the time that you need to come into compliance to make sure that you understand what the violations are and the compliance, okay?
Okay. Okay, come back to the podium, sir. I make the decision, so you may want to come back to the podium. So based on the testimony, I'm going to stick with the city's request for 18-12A, that there's overgrowth, trash, and rubbish surrounding the property and its swale. That I want done in 10 days, which is the city's requesting by July 7th, or there'll be a fine of $50 a day, which is, on the other violations, you're going to have 91 days as you requested, so you'll have a compliance date of September 26, 2024, of a fine of $50 a day for all the other violations, okay? So you need to really focus on, immediately, on the overgrowth and the trash and the rubbish.
That's already gone.
Okay, well, you need to
That was gone when
we'll
you-
speak to the inspector to make sure.
We'll talk, Mr.
All
Falconer, in
right,
the back.
yeah, all right. I can swear it's only a couple of months I met this guy.
It's okay. You know what?
I'm really, I'm starting to worry about myself.
All right, let's hope
I
not.
can swear it's maybe 2 months we met.
It's okay. I thought we were in 2022, so, you know, we're having one of those days.
I mean, I'm embarrassed, and I swear to heaven, my friend, I thought I just met you 2 months ago.
Yes, Mr. Falconer.
It's a year?
No,
Let's
no,
look
it's not a
from
year.
back.
8 months. I misspoke. It's 8 months.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
I apologize, I'm sorry.
Our next case, page 54. Inspector Gustavo Caracas, case number CE 24010094, case address 900 North Flagler Drive, owner AP Flagler Hive LLC. This case was first heard 5/14/24 to comply by 6/11/24. One section not complied at $100 per day, $1,600 accrued. This is a request for extension.
Good morning, Magistrate. Inspector Caracas. For case and address as read, this case first became before Special Master on May 11, 2024, where evidence was presented and magistrate found for the city. These violations were first cited on January 3rd of 2024, and so far, a total of 8 re-inspections have been made to the property. There have been conversations over the phone with the property manager, and during these conversations, the status of the violations, corrective actions were discussed. As of today, we have no compliance, and we have the property manager with us requesting an extension.
Hi, Chris Gallego. Yeah, just looking for some extra time. We just got all the drawings and everything drew up. I'm going to submit for a permit by the end of the week.
How much time do you need?
If possible, 60 days, just if there's any comments back from the city.
Does the city have a response? Oh.
Your Honor, the city would like to request or ask for the 28 days instead of 63 days. And if the property manager sees that he's not going to make it and requires more time in order to reappear and ask for extension as well.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so I'll grant a 28-day, so I'll say the fines, because they are running. I'll say the fines, and I'll grant 28 days, which would be July 25th as a new date, and an order to reappear on July 25th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 2. Inspector Robert Kasarowicz, case number FC 24030022, case address 3218 Southeast 6th Avenue, owner Hudson Holdings and Development LLC, personal service on 6/3/24, posted at 1 East Broward 6/13/24.
This one?
Good morning, Your Honor. Captain Robert Casarwich, Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office for case FC 24030022, property address 3218 Southeast 6th Avenue. Property was cited in reference to Municipal Order 13.58B. The fire protection systems reports required to be electronically submitted into the fire department's electronic database of the compliance engine. The tenant that's currently in the property over there has moved out, and it was a restaurant type of facility. It's going to be a change of use, and a business is going to go in. They've already started with the permitting process of going through business tax, which has cited the property for the change of use also. And permits will be required for the change of use, and the hood system will be removed from the property to accommodate the new tenant. For the process of getting the permits obtained and the job completed, we're requesting 63 days or $100 a day thereafter.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Julian Siegel.
Okay, are you okay with the 63 days?
Wonderful. I didn't even think I'd have a speaking part.
This is your opportunity. Glad we could make your day.
Shine. No, actually, the tenant just hired Jason Crush's law firm to expedite the change of use, so we're on the way out.
Okay, so I'm going to order then the city's recommendation of 63 days, or you said $100 a day?
Or $100 a day
Okay,
thereafter.
you got it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Your
Have
Honor.
a great day. You're
Thank
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Whose phone is that?
Our next case, page 39, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 2405-0559, case address 309 Northwest 11th Street, owner Patrick Reese. This case was cited 5/21/24 to comply by 5/16/24. One section complied at $250, $250 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline was 5/31/24. A citation appeal was received.
Wait, I need you guys to turn off your phone. It's really difficult. If you can't turn off your phone, leave the building, but it's really not fair because I can't hear anybody. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, get back to what you're saying. I was just losing my train of thought there.
Go ahead, Pat. We're
Good morning, Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case and property as read. This property was cited on May 16th, 2024.
Wait, you leave the...
Hold on. Yeah. Oh, no, she's on the phone. Leave. Oh, but she's talking on the phone now, so she needs to leave.
She needs to leave. Or put it on vibrate.
Or leave it in the car.
No, it'll overheat. It'll overheat in the car. No, it would totally overheat. You'll ruin it. Anyway, just shut it off. Sorry. Let's try it again.
Good morning, Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited on May 16th, 2024, and a citation was issued for the following violation. 15-2783, there is a solid waste container placed curbside outside of the permitted timeframes. This is a recurrence of case CE 24050471, and as such will incur an immediate fine of $250. This case will also be scheduled for the special magistrate for a finding of fact. On May 18th, 2024, the violation was in compliance as this was trash day. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines in the amount of $250.
Patrick Reese, I'm requesting for amnesty to waive the fine. I was actually traveling. I had some friends that were in town that were staying at the house. They were not aware of the trash day, and that's why ultimately the trash bin was left outside. And I have a second case, and you'll see that the proximity of dates were preceding.
Okay, I think, you only talked about the first day, right? You still have to present the second one? Okay, so the first one was cited on May 16th, the second was, okay.
On the 21st, and I was gone that week. I was traveling for work over those dates. And it was corrected since then, and since then I've not had that issue.
But you had somebody staying at your property?
I had friends staying while I was gone, and
So they incurred both those fines for you, right? You're saying both those fines?
unfortunately, yes, they were not aware on the trash days.
Okay. Let me have them present the second, why don't you read into the record the second?
So, Your Honor, just for clarification and for the record, Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office, this is a vacation rental property, and so the trash days are required to be posted in the property.
It's not currently used as a vacation rental, actually. It's unlisted.
Okay. All right, anyway, I'm gonna grant the fine on the $250 because again, if it's a vacation rental and there's certain rules that have to be followed, solid waste is pretty insignificant, is a pretty significant one. All right, let's go to the next one.
Next case, also page 39, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 240506667, case address 309 Northwest 11th Street, owner Patrick Reese. This case was cited 52124 to comply by 52124. One section complied at $500 for a total of $500. City is requesting the full amount. Appeal deadline was 6/5/24. A citation appeal was received.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited on May 21st, 2024, and a citation was issued for the following violation. 15-2783, there is a solid waste container placed curbside outside of the permitted timeframes. This is a recurrence of cases CE 240505559 and CE 240500471, and as such incurred an immediate fine of $500. This case will also be scheduled for the special magistrate for a finding of fact. On May 22nd, 2024, the violation was in compliance as this was trash day. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines in the amount of $500.
When was the compliance given?
The compliance on it was the 22nd.
Okay.
I was still gone over time. One of them was removed. So one citation was on that Thursday, trash day was a Wednesday, and the other citation was on the Tuesday. The following trash day was the Saturday.
Okay, so I'm going to find the violation, but I'm going to waive the fines because I understand. But if this is truly, this is a vacation rental, you're going to get fined daily. Like, it escalates, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
So you're responsible for maintaining that, whether it was your friends or it was rented out. I'm going to take your testimonies and swear under oath that you said it wasn't being rented, it was your friends that were staying there?
Correct.
Okay. So again, I'm going to find guilty of the violation, but waive the fines.
Okay.
And Your Honor, the finding of fact?
Yeah, I'm going to grant the finding of fact, but I'm going to waive the fines.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a brief 5-minute break. Our next case, page 8. Inspector Gustavo Caracas presenting. Case number CE 24040565, case address 773 Middle River Drive, owner Stephen M. and Karen Chess, posted at property 61724, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Hold on one second. Ms. Court Reporter, are you ready? Okay. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Stephen Chess.
Inspector goes first, sir.
That's fine.
Good morning, Special Magistrate. Gus Caracas for the City of Fort Lauderdale, Co-Compliance Inspector, presenting case number CE 24040565 for the property located at 773 Middle River Drive. Inspection of the property was performed on April 18th and cited for the following violations. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas that are dead or missing ground cover, or that have missing ground cover. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia soffits, are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stained and missing peeling paint. 47-34.1.8.1, there's illegal land use occurring at this RS4 zone property. There's outdoor storage of personal goods and materials, including but not limited to construction materials and other materials used for construction. Courtesy notice was mailed to the property unlisted on BCP ABF First Class Mail on April 18th, allowing 20 days to come into compliance. Contact has been made with the property owner. Special magistrate request form was sent on May 17th and scheduled for today's special master. The city is requesting the following. 28 days to come into compliance, or a daily fine of $50 for the violations that exist. Photos submitted into record for evidence, and we have the property owner with us today.
Okay, so you're seeking 28 days for each of the 3 violations? And
Yes, that is correct, yes.
Okay, good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name's Stephen Chess, Dr. Chess. I've lived here for my whole life, and I've seen changes in the city, and I've seen the changes for the worse in some respects and some better in the others. One of the things I find is overreaching by the city to tell you how to live. And I've also seen them not responsive when you contact them relative to any violation they might allege you have. None of the violations that your gentleman has cited are real. And the only way I can prove that to you is coming here today and talking to you about it. There is no paint on my building whatsoever that he claims is peeling or cracking. Not happening. It's Marblecrete, it's a marble product, it's applied with a mortar and pestle, and it's mortar and, I don't know what you call it. We call it a knife in the industry. In any event, it's applied. It doesn't change. Now, in the city, if you look, Marblecrete, which is I send him the description of Marblecrete, it's chips of marble. They discolor, and then they come back. They discolor, and they come back. This has been going on for millennium. I've been here 20 years ago, and I submit to you today the judicial court, my appellate brief, and what it will tell you basically is exactly what I'm saying. But I want to go through every violation one by one that they've cited. Can we do that?
Well, I mean, we don't have hours, but if you...
No. Well, you want me to address them, then
Yeah,
I want...
yeah.
The gardening material that they call construction material is for plumbing for irrigation.
Okay, wait, so we're going over, let's go 9-305B, which is a landscape this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Let's do that one first.
Let's do that. That's not true, okay? I'll show you pictures that there are sparse areas, but it's where weeds grow, and I've sprayed them with a weed killer. The grass then encroaches it back on it. But because of my area where I live, it's a very wealthy area, they're not happy with the appearance of my yard. They want me to put something else in, okay? I need to see the picture too. What part is that? Let me look. Yeah, you see the little patches?
Yeah.
That's where I've sprayed it, okay? Also, you have to understand, the city is not maintaining the drainage system. So last time we had a flood in my area for 4.5 days. Well, that kills a lot of stuff. And some of my grass has died. But grass grows back. It comes and goes. That's what grass does. If you've owned a home, you know that. you know, I was listening today, and I didn't realize that if I wanted to put something else there other than grass, because of the cost and the water use of grass and foliage, I'd have to get a permit for the city. Is that correct?
Depending on what you're doing, yes.
Gravel, okay?
I can't.
Yeah, I know you
yeah.
can't make that decision. I'm just saying to you, it's silly, okay? If they want me to maintain it, by the way, it's in their easement. It's not on my property, okay? And I will, okay? But they're going to have to pay for me to have a gardener come by and replace the sod as it goes. They're not going to want to do that. So consequently, there's no way I can comply with that particular part other than spread grass seed and let it grow. But this is happening, by the way, selective enforcement. I went around my neighborhood and took pictures of all of the yards that have similar or same issue, some worse, some better. So this is not anything other than selective enforcement.
Okay, that I
Go
can't
ahead.
honestly, you know, I can't deal with other violations of other people.
No,
or-
I'm not
or
asking
none.
you to.
I
I'm
know,
just telling you so that when I make my case, you understand why I'm upset with the city.
Okay.
So,
Did you want to add something?
I do, Your Honor. For the record, Ronald Montoya Hassan, Senior Assistant City Attorney for the city. So this came as a neighbor complaint, number one. And number two, when we're talking about the first violation, as you can see from the photographic evidence, there's pictures
Discoloration.
of missing ground cover. We're on the first one still. Is on the property, not just on the easement. City, obviously, that,
We're on the wrong property. Okay, there you go.
there we go. So that's part of the property owner's yard that needs to be properly maintained. As we know, these are very typical violations, and certainly if Dr. Chess has knowledge and wishes to complain about neighbors that have similarly situated properties with missing, dead and missing ground cover, we obviously will take that, those complaints and investigate them
I'm not going to do that. Go ahead.
But as far as this violation, you know, basically they want compliance. If you're telling me you need more than 28 days, then obviously we'll consider that. But they just want the grass to be grown in.
It grows in and it leaves. It's grass.
I know.
It's like my
Well,
hair.
Okay, some
So
of it.
all I'm saying to you, I'm not against having a nice lawn, but I am
Okay.
against watering it and fertilizing it and the cost of use of water and the detriment to the society and the detriment to the environment. Go ahead.
Okay, the only thing I can have jurisdiction is whether or not you're in compliance. There's a violation, I can give you time to get in compliance. More than that, there's not much I can do with it if you're not happy with the, you know, the city has, I guess, a standard of what they look for the
Is that
grass to be.
subjective?
Is it subjective? You'd have to ask the inspector. I don't know what their standard is and how they make a determination.
I don't either.
How they make a determination of if the grass is maintained or not. But I think, you know, what they are testifying under oath based on the training that they were given of how, I guess, the grass has to appear to be well maintained.
Have they taken horticultural classes and lawn maintenance classes?
We're not answering that, sir.
I'm just
Your
asking.
Honor, the photographic evidence is very clear that, and again, if we're going item by item, that the landscape is not properly maintained. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover as evidenced
whose
in the
standards?
photos. And we would ask that Your Honor find that violation.
Okay,
Violation
so-
exists, and then, again, discuss with the property owner the time he needs within which to come
I
into
understand your
compliance.
position, okay, but it's unfair. It's unfair to other citizens as well as myself. You make the determination, and they expect us to do it, and you fine us if we don't, or lean our homes.
But, well,
It's
these are,
wrong.
okay, so these are ordinances that are prepared by your commission, and they're just enforcing them. So if you're not happy with the way the ordinance is read, then you have to talk to your commissioner. But they're just enforcing,
I called my commissioner, and you're 100% right. I'm trying to change the ordinance.
Okay, but in the
Because I
mean-
think it's too vague. Go ahead.
And I understand, but in the meantime, unfortunately, that's what we have to deal with. So only thing I can do for you in this one violation is ask you how much time you need in compliance so that we can give you enough time so you don't get fined running.
I don't want to be fined at all, and I want you to dismiss it, but if you won't do that, I don't know how to tell you how I can comply if there's no, if it's so vague, the rule that they're asking me to comply with, how am I going to comply, ma'am?
Okay, I don't think that it's the city's position, and the city can correct me if that it's not so vague, that there's a standard that they're looking for, and the inspector can probably meet you at the property to explain to you what needs to be done.
But again, it's subjective. I want a written document that gives me an outline of what needs to be done so that I can follow it. And I
Okay,
think that's
again,
reasonable.
Right, I can't give you that.
I
you
know.
So
So
I'm
that's
going
why I
to give
want it
you.
dismissed.
So I'm not going to dismiss it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 63 days for that issue to get into compliance in light of the rain, the not rain, the sun. So hopefully within 63 days, your grass will get in compliance. And if not, I guess you can ask for additional time to comply. But I am going to grant 63 days for compliance on that one issue. So let's move on to the next violation, which is the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint.
There's nothing like that there. Show it to me, please. Only thing that is there are dirty walls, according to my view. Do you have a picture?
Can the inspector show pictures regarding that?
We've already shown them
Where is
several
the
times.
paint missing? It's Marblecrete, so there's going to have to be plaster missing. You're not going to find any. I maintain it. But go ahead.
I'm just.
Right there.
Where?
Right there,
Right
right there. Okay. So, go back. That one. So the walls in the property required to be, if you have marble washed or cleaned on a regular basis, as you know, they get stained, as you said.
The whole city's got it. I'm not alone. City buildings have it. Probably this building has it. It's whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it is, but I know it's not dirt. And it comes and goes with the season. I have a 20-year-old violation that I presented to you today that I've had it come and go for the last 20 years. Someone or something has caused someone to complain about this now. I'd like to know who's saying that. My neighbor, you're saying. Which neighbor?
Again, Your Honor, the photographic evidence that's being shown clearly evidences the violation, 9-306, that there are areas of the exterior that have stains. And again, we're just asking the property owner to remedy that.
I'm just looking at what he gave me. What was the ruling or the finding on this?
I couldn't find it. I looked to get it. I think it was dismissed because I had, at that time, by the time they got through the court system, it had changed colors again and it was dropped. So I'm just telling you, this is our ongoing situation. But more importantly, you know, I addressed each one of these issues in a letter form, an email to the city. The city didn't respond, okay? I also had 3 different inspectors, in quote, during this period of time. When I called for an extension of time, I didn't get it. I tried for 1.5 weeks. Finally, today I called my commissioner, and I suspect, as you probably know, they finally rescheduled me, but it was too late. I'd taken off time to be here, so I wanted to stay and make sure that people understood what's going on with the city. Nothing is a health or safety issue. And to me, if it was a health or safety issue, I'd be on top of it, including the shutters that they commented upon. That house is 4,500 square feet per floor. That house, when I built it personally, it took me 2.5 years. At that time, that house cost $500,000. It's now being taxed, that size house, for $60,000 in property tax in my neighborhood. If my neighbors don't like it, obviously it's because I maintain my own lawn and I don't believe in what they're doing with their stuff, but I don't say anything to them. I go about live and let live. And that's how I believe the city should be.
Okay, the city's always seeking that one section that you saw that had black, right, that it just be cleaned. Why is it?
Here's the problem.
Okay.
I just planted a new lime tree there. When I do clean it, it's done with a Clorox material. It kills the plants under them. There's no way to shield them because it goes into the groundwater.
Can't you move the lime tree so that you can clean that? I mean, I'm just
The
saying.
lime tree's in the ground.
Your Honor, again, we're just in fairness to all the other people that have come before and are still waiting, these are very specific, detailed, and very detailed and common property maintenance violations that the city regularly hears,
And they're wrong.
irrespective of Dr. Chess's position. We would ask that you, based upon the photographic evidence provided, that there is a violation of 9-306 and set a time frame for compliance.
Well, I do agree, there is a violation. Again, I can't tell you how to go about and clean it, so I'm going to give you 63 days as well for this violation.
Could you tell me what the violation is so I have a record?
Your Honor, again.
It says that the-
Your Honor, Your Honor, if I could, it's already been read into the record. He can review the record, and he has a
There's no
court
paint
reporter
missing,
present.
and I think you're making a mistake, and there's no discoloration. It's Marblecrete, it's going to do it every year. I will contest it, as usual. The court reporter's here making a record, and we'll go from there. This time, I'll continue until we get to the state Supreme Court. I didn't do it last time, and we'll change the law that way. But thank you.
Okay, you have one more violation that's at issue, 47-34.1A1. There's illegal land use occurring at this RS4 zone property. There's outdoor storage of personal goods and materials, including but not limited to construction material and other materials used for construction.
I did answer that. I told you it's using for irrigation, new irrigation system, and that's all. And the other things they're referring to are gardening items. Just like you have a wheelbarrow, I have a wheelbarrow in my front yard right now with earth in it, and a container that has earth in it and ashes, and I use it for gardening. All of these, in my opinion, all of these issues are not health-related, not safety-related. This is what I call subjective discussions in the city that have no reality and truth. And regardless of what the attorney is saying here, it's vague, and they're not specific on exactly what they want to correct the issues.
Okay, I'm sure the inspector will meet with you at the property to discuss specifically what needs to be removed, but the pictures, show things that maybe don't belong in front of your home. Again, I'm not the inspector.
What right do they have to do that, ma'am?
It's the code that tells you, I guess, what's allowed to be, what needs to be in storage and what's
It's
allowed.
against your constitutional rights.
Okay, again, it's beyond my jurisdiction. So again, I'm going to grant you 63 days on each of these violations or $50 a day fine to get in compliance, which would be August 29th.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Here, do you want your appellate brief back? Do you want your brief back, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 12, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 240302220, case address 1317 Southwest 37th Avenue, owner Suk Law Dahudi, posted at property 6124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, Senior Inspector Bernstein, presenting case CE 240302220, property address 1317 Southwest 37th Ave. This property was cited on March 7th, 2024 for the following violation: 1812A complied, 9313A complied, correction 4734.1.8.1 violation remains. There is illegal land use occurring at this RD 15 residential single-family zone property. This property has orange cone, plywood, bricks, tire, and other miscellaneous items being stored outdoor, not completely screened from view. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case CE 2102-0895. This will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-304B, the gravel driveway is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. It is not smooth and well-graded condition. There is grass and weeds growing through the gravel driveway. 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including the swell. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains, missing, and peeling paint. Notice of hearing posted on the property, pre-hearing conducted on June 15th, revealed the violations remain. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows violations as depicted. The city is requesting 10 days for the 47-34.1.8.1 and 28 days for all other violations and $50 per day per violation.
Okay, so my docket said 47-34.181 was complied. That's not in compliance, then, correct?
Correct. Correction, it's not in compliance.
Okay, and what's the daily fine that you're seeking again?
$50 per day.
Okay. And the other violations you're seeking 28 days for compliance, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Good morning. Please state your name.
Good morning. Dehuti Sukral.
Okay, do you understand the violations?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and so the city is seeking compliance in 10 days for 47-34.181, which is an illegal use occurring at this residential single-family and duplex medium density. And then they want compliance of 28 days for the other 3 outstanding violations. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I've been trying, my husband and I, but he recently had a heart attack. I explained to the code officer. He's in the car right now. I couldn't leave him at home. But we were doing the work a little bit at a time, and I do apologize. I wish you can give me some more time.
Okay. Okay, so the city open to 63 days then? For the 3, say for the 3 outstanding violations due to, medical condition.
63 days for which violations?
9-304B, 9-305B, and 9-306.
No, we're not opposed, but we would like to stand on the 10 days for the outdoor storage.
Okay, so I'm going to grant the 63-day compliance date for those 3 sections, and then for 47-34-181, I'm going to stick to the 10 days, okay? You need to clean it up.
Okay. That's what's showing there, right there?
Correct. So, because you have a chain link fence, and you can still see the storage that you have on the rear.
Okay.
So if you could just clear whatever that's over there. I'm not sure when it's bulk trash in your area, but whatever you don't need, just kind of put it on the 24 hours before bulk trash comes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Before you take the next case, I'd like this entered in my file. Can you do that?
Sir, you're out of order and your hearing's over.
It's okay. I'll please admit this into evidence for, what was that case number? I just want to make. All right, perfect. All right.
So, Madam Court Reporter, are we back on the record? No. You probably need to get back on the record. That's why I objected to it.
Page 8. Okay, which case was it?
Page 8.
Okay, so,
At the top.
this one, okay.
Madam Clerk, can you read it in, just again for the record, for the court reporter's purpose?
Okay.
Please.
Page 8, Inspector Gustavo Caracas presenting case number CE 2404-0565, case address 773 Middle River Drive, owner Stephen M. and Karen Chess, posted at property 61724, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Okay, so for the record, Dr. Chess has admitted into the record an appellant brief that he wants included as an exhibit, which is dated, I'm trying to see.
2005.
Yeah, 2005, June 27, 2005 appeals. Okay.
And for the record, Ronald Montoya Hassan, Senior Assistant City Attorney, I object. It's completely irrelevant to the case that was read and cited.
Okay.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 13, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 2403-0993, case address 939 Southwest 16th Street, owner Marlon J. Gomez, posted at property 53124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Senior Inspector Bernstein Sambert, Presenting case CE 24030-993, property address 939 Southwest 16th Street. This property was cited January 20th, 2024 for the following violations. 24/7B complied, 9306 complied, 9363 withdrawn, 9280H1 complied, 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including the swell. Notice of hearing posted on the property. Pre-hearing conducted on January 19th, 2024 revealed the violations remain. I would like to enter the photo as evidence that shows violations as depicted. The city is requesting 28 days or a fine of $25 per day. I've been in contact with the property owner, and I explained to him that the landscape of all mulch is not acceptable according to the city. I did inform him that landscape department gave him two options to rectify that landscape. He can either do remove the whole mulch and put grass, or he can contact the landscape department regarding alternatives as far as living ground covers that he could plant to kind of help this landscape to become into compliance.
Okay.
Yes, Marlon Gomez, owner occupant.
Okay, so do you understand that you have a compliance date of July 25th?
Yes, I do. The only thing is I do have to get, I want to work with Mr. Bernstein. He's been very accessible, but I just want to have more clarity as far as what I can plant, because it costs me a good amount of money just to have a landscaper do that on both sides. So
Okay,
I
so
just want to find alternatives that I can do without having to remove all of that and then,
I understand.
Yeah.
All right, so he'll meet with you afterwards.
Yeah, I
then.
appreciate it.
Okay, so I'm going to order them the compliance date of July 25th or a fine $25 a day. Okay, all right, good luck to you.
$25 a day
20
after July
if-
25th.
Correct.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Our next case, page 37, Inspector Evan Oakes. Case number CE 24050466, case address 2111 Southwest 36th Avenue. Owner Horizons Real Estate 4 LLC. Posted at property 6124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
You're going to lose a bet. I'm just saying.
Bless you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Evan Oakes, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case CE 24050466, property address 2111 Southwest 36th Avenue. This property was initially inspected on May 15, 2024, and the following violation was observed. 15-272A, this property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Saturday, June 22, 2024, and the following violation remains. 15-272A, as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 15 days to comply or a fine of $500 per day per violation thereafter to be imposed. And we've also scheduled the inspection for this property for the vacation rental inspection on June 28th.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Nicolas Couden.
I'm sorry?
Nicolas Couden, that's my name.
Okay.
So we've been renting this property for about a year and a half to a long-term tenant. So we have a lease in place, and we allowed them to sublease the property. It's a company that is used to do short-term rentals in other states in the U.S., and they didn't know about the license.
Right, so the city's giving you 15 days to get into compliance, okay?
Okay.
If in 15 days, which would be July 12th, you're not in compliance, you'll get a daily fine of $500.
Okay, and so tomorrow they have the inspection in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Once it's done, and if they're in compliance.
Yes, it will be if you pass the inspection.
Okay, and if there is anything that needs to be in compliance, can we have an extension
We could go ahead and speak afterwards.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 10, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 2304-0355, case address 1226 Northeast 4th Avenue, owner 2010 Property LLC, posted at property 51524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon. John Claude Noel with the City of Fort Lauderdale. For code compliance, presenting a case reference to CE 230-40355 for property located at 1226 Northeast 4th Avenue. This property was first inspected on 4/12/2023 and was given time to correct for the following violations: 47-21.11A complied, 9-306. The exterior of the building walls have not been maintained, and there are areas of the exterior that have stains or missing or peeling paint. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 26, 2024, and the following violations have not been complied with as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days to comply or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Randall Klett.
Okay, so the city's seeking compliance within 28 days or a fine of $100 a day.
Okay, could we back up on the pictures from 2023? There was the front of the building. Yeah, that picture. Okay, that shows the front of the building on the day of the inspection, and it shows no problem, and there's a miscommunication between the inspector and I. He complained about the south wall of the building, which is not shown in any of these pictures until a couple days ago, and you see that I immediately, or in short order, kept in contact, got it painted, and it looks great. I have been experiencing financial problems for a number of years, ever since after COVID, and I've been really struggling with raising insurance and raising taxes, and I have been working with the CRA with the facade improvement program to get them to fund all the work that needs to be done to this building. And as you see in the May 23rd, or the May of 23 image, the front of the building wasn't an issue. I didn't deal with it, and he didn't say anything to me about it. And so I dealt with what he told me to deal with, and then after I dealt with it, I get, just before he transferred onto another part of the city, he contacts me and says, you haven't painted the front of your building. Well, he hadn't told me to do that at the time, and so then I met with, and I told him that's unfair.
Okay, so let me hear what he needs, specifically what he needs. All they're seeking is compliance. So let's see, what is it specifically you need to do?
Oh, I know what I need to do.
Okay.
I acknowledge that there is now a problem.
Okay.
That there wasn't.
So how much time do you need? That's all the city wants is compliance.
Okay. Working with the CRA and the building engineers to get the new storefront put in and the new roof on the building, I'm thinking that we're needing at least 6 months, because I've been working with the architect for over a year to get to the point where I am now, where I finally got 3 bids on the roof, and I still don't have the bids for the construction, and the CRA wants me to apply for everything all at once. I can't apply for pieces, and it's going to take a minimum of 4 and more likely 6 months to get the drawings done, the bids done, apply to the CRA, and get it funded. And I can't afford to do this piecemeal.
Your Honor.
And I've spoken to Inspector Garcia about this, who's now the inspector for our neighborhood.
Okay. Supervisor Bass with the City of Fort Lauderdale. Being that the property owner is saying that he's trying to go through CRA for CRA funding to correct these violations, we're going to ask for 63 days in order to reappear, because we want to see how far you are in the process in 63 days, whether or not you're started either 63 or maybe 91.
I'm gonna do 91 days
91,
and in
yeah,
order
91
to
days in
reappear.
order to reappear.
Yeah, let's do that.
To see where we're at in the process.
Okay, when is 91 days?
September 26th.
I can make that work. I can be here for that.
So let's do 91 days in order to reappear, and a compliance date September 26th. But obviously, we're going to work with your compliance date because based on what you're telling me, it's not realistic. But they just want to see that you're moving towards it.
I'm trying. I really, and Officer Noel will tell you that the part that we did agree on back in 2003, I worked with him, kept him informed, and got it done. So, anyway, thank you.
Who are you
See
working
you in
with at the
91 days.
CRA? Who are you working with at the CRA?
CJA?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Our next case, page 36, Inspector Evan Oakes, case number CE 240400749, case address 2406 Nassau Lane, owner Island 1 LLC, posted at property 51624, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Development Association? Yeah, that must be association. What page are we on?
Agency.
Oh, agency. We have that on page 2, that's what I was
Good morning, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Evan Oakes, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case CE 240400749, property address 2406 Nassau Lane. This property was initially inspected on April 25th, 2024, and the following violation was observed. 15-272A, this property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, and the following violation remains. 15-272A, as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 15 days to comply or a fine of $1,000 per day per violation thereafter to be imposed. And we have also coordinated the vacation rental inspection scheduled for July 3rd.
Okay.
Hello, Dr. Teresa Bowe, the owner of the home.
Okay, so the city is seeking 15 days compliant or a fine of $1,000 a day. Okay, so there's no fines that'll be imposed unless you're not in compliance.
Okay, I'm working diligently. I've done everything. We have the inspection scheduled, so.
Okay, then good luck. That's
Okay.
all right.
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 19, Inspector Bovary Xantis, case number CE 23110280, case address 1119 Northwest 14th Court, owner Ivanhoe and Pauletta Green, posted at property 61424, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Xantis on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement. Case and address as read by the clerk. Violation 9-304B is complied. Violation 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including the soil area. Violation 18-1 is complied. Violation 18-4C is complied. Violation 47-21.9.K is withdrawn. At this time, the only remaining violation is violation 9-305B, and the city is requesting 28 days for compliance or a fine of $50 for each day thereafter.
All right, good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Pauletta Dennis Green.
Okay, do you understand what they're seeking? They want compliance in 28 days or a fine of $50 a day?
Yes, I understand. What happened, we had a misunderstanding because when we bought the property, there was no grass, it was gravel. So when we do the rest of compliance, we put gravel back over the swale and we did not pull the permit, so they could have shown me where to put
Yeah.
grass and the.
No, they said you're mostly in compliance with everything but one violation. It's the last violation you need to get in compliance, okay?
So we're gonna take care of it. you
Okay.
know, so,
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
All right, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Our next case, page 50. Inspector Bovary Exantis, case number CE 23031029. Case address 1212 Northwest 15th Street, owner Angelo Fanisi, posted at, this case was first heard 8/31/23 to comply by 10/26/23. 2 suspensions noted on the agenda. 1 section not complied at $100 per day, $1,700 accrued. City's requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Yeah, good afternoon, and
I let them first, and then you'll respond.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Officer Exantis on behalf of City of Fort Lauderdale, Community Enhancement. Case and address as read. Property was first came to before the magistrate in August 31st, 2023, and the property owner was granted 56 days to comply with the violations. The case will appear in November the 30th, 2023, and the property owner was also granted an extension of 119 days for compliance. The case will repeat for a third time before the special magistrate in March 28, 2024, before the special magistrate. Another 91 days was also granted for compliance. At this time, the property is not in compliance, and the city is requesting all fines to be imposed and to continue to accrue until the property is brought into compliance.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Angelo Fanisi.
Okay, so do you understand what's going on?
Yeah, I understand what's going on. So what happened is I'm still trying to find the right permit to do the job. So the architect takes a long time. So basically, we're still working on it. And I may need at least 6 more months, then I will be finished with everything.
How
So
much
we're
time
working
do you
on it.
need?
At least 6 months.
6 months?
At least.
I mean, this has been going on since August of 2023. It was first heard here. When was the violation issued initially?
I'm sorry.
When was the initial violation?
I don't have it on top of my head right now, but the case has been open for over a year right now.
So it's
So
because the property was a fire, so the city required a new plan for the property. So the architect, we tried to apply to it, but takes a little bit
No, the only
times.
thing they want right now is the exterior building walls have not been maintained, and there are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing and peeling paint.
Yeah. We're definitely working on it. We're just waiting for the main permit, then we're gonna start it right away.
Okay, but you know that you had a compliance date of, let's see, June 27th was your compliance date. No, wait, when was the compliance date? Here's
Today's,
fines.
today's June 27th.
You have 34 days of that you have non-compliance, $50 a day. So you had a compliance date and that your fines ran.
Thank you.
It must have been, yeah, I'm sorry, you had October 26, 2023, you were not in compliance, and you got fined from October 26, I guess, to November 30, 2023, and then the fines were suspended. So now you're asking for additional time to comply. What's the city's position?
Yes, please, because I have to.
The city have a
get a
position?
Your Honor, the city will oppose for any additional time at this time due to the fact the case has been open for a long time and several times additional time were granted, extension were granted, and no compliance has been met. Just on October 30th, 2023, 119 days was granted. March 28, 2024, 91 days was granted. So it's a lot of time that's been given to this property.
Is this an investment property or someone living there? What's your,
Well, the property, like I said, is was a fire on it. So the city required a floor plans. So
it was what?
The city, they required a floor plan to finish all the work inside the property. So I have an architect working on it. but-
Right, they want the outside to be in compliance. It looks like an eyesore is the city's position that You're not,
Those outside, I can clean it up right away. Those, I don't know if it's talking about those.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm saying, they want the exterior to be, you haven't fixed the exterior building.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're still working on it.
Okay,
We're waiting
so-
for the, all we're waiting is on, we're waiting on, plumbing permit and, the building permit, so they should.
Have you applied?
Yes.
Does the city have those in applied status or issued status?
Can someone check? He said he has his permits, Stephanie or Amy. Magistrate has asked me to check if his permits, what's the status of the permits that he's talking about right now.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting on it, then I can.
Yes.
One moment, we're looking in the system for the permits, please. Thank you.
He's our last case, so.
Supervisor Bass for the city of Fort Lauderdale. It appears that most of the permits in the system, the status is that it's still waiting on the client's reply. So he needs to get back with the building department to see what corrections need to be made on his plans in order for them to be submitted correctly.
Okay, I'm not going to grant additional time until I see that there's more work being done to get into compliance. So I'm going to grant the city's request for the fines to continue to accrue in the full amount. So you need to get in compliance, and then once you're getting in compliance, then the fines will stop running.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And sir? Also, the city has a permit solutions team. We can give you the information to that, and they can assist you and answer any questions regarding your permits if you're having any difficulty with your permits.
No, we do not have any difficult. What I'm saying,
The permits are awaiting your reply, so I'm saying because they're awaiting your reply, maybe there's something that you need to do that the city can help you with, and I'll give you the phone number.
Well, actually, we're doing it. The architect says, he says he was gonna send it to the city this week, then we can just work, get the permit, start doing the job. Excuse me?
I was just saying if you needed any contact information, we can give it to you.
And if you don't,
Yeah.
So,
Okay, you're done, sir. You have to, the fines are running, you need to get in compliance.
yeah, I try by my best, see what I can do.
All right, just
Sometime
move
I
it
do
along, so once you're in compliance, you can request mitigation, you can request through the amnesty program, mitigation, but right now your fines are running.
Okay. So
Okay,
at least how many time do I have to come back?
I'm sorry?
At least how many time can I get to finish?
At this time, you do not have any time for compliance. No extension will be given to you this time. So your fines are accruing, and whatever fine that were accrued will be imposed as of today and will continue to accrue until you show proof of your permits and then you show some works being done on the property.
Okay, so once I get the permit, so shouldn't I just come here to show it?
Your
Is that what you
magistrate,
want?
I'm sorry, Supervisor Cloying, he can speak with him in the back.
Right, I'm going to move on to
how
the
to do
next
that.
case, exactly.
Thank
So
you.
we're done with your case. If you have any questions, speak to the inspector in the back of the room.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think I have the next.
What?
We're done with the non-respondents. We're done with the respondents. Are you gonna take a 5-minute or are we gonna continue?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Let's roll.
I'm ready, yeah.
We'll roll. Quite the team.
Page 1, let's go.
Our first case, page 2, Inspector Robert Kasowicz, case number FC 24040007, case address 1229 Miami Road, owner Neopoli LLC, posted at property 6324, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Captain Robert Kasowicz, Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office for case number FC 24040007. Property address 1229 Miami Road. Property was cited and referenced NFPA 1 13.6.4.3.2.1. The fire extinguishers have not been serviced or tagged by a certified person or company within the past 12 months. I have received a text message during this hearing advising that the property is in compliance. I'll go out today and do the reinspection. We're going to request 28 days or $100 a day thereafter.
Okay, so ordered.
Next case, page 3, Inspector Robert Kasowicz, case number FC 24040008, case address 821 Southeast 14th Street, owner was Land Hilaire, posted at property 6324, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
And Captain Robert Kasowicz of Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office for case FC 24040008 with a property address of 821 Southeast 14th Street. Property is cited in reference to NFPA 1 13.6.4.3.2.1. That violation is complied. And Municipal Order 9-313. Address is not posted in accordance with the code. We're requesting $100 a day or 28 days to come into compliance.
So ordered.
Your Honor, I'd like to amend that. We'd like 10 days to comply. That's an easy fix, and that's a life safety issue.
That's fine. It'll be 10 days, which will be July 7th.
Next case, page 4, Inspector Robert Kasowicz, case number FC 24040015, case address 3381 Southwest 11th Avenue, owner David William Hunter Jr., personal service 6324, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
And Captain Robert Kasowicz with Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office for case FC 24040015, property address 3381 Southwest 11th Avenue. Property was cited in reference to NFPA 1 13.3.1.1. The fire sprinkler system is in need of service. We did have a representative that was here, but apparently didn't have power of attorney to be able to speak on this behalf. They have hired a new sprinkler contractor to go out there to do the work, and she is indicating that the work has been completed. We're going to request 28 days or $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Next case, also page 4, Inspector Edward Easton, case number CE 24010705, case address 1801 Southwest 11th Court, owner Harvey J. Allison Family Trust, posted at property 524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon. Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 24010705 for the property located 1801 Southwest 11th Court. An inspection of the property was conducted on 2/1/24, and the following violation was observed. 47-19.4.d.1. This zoned RD15 residential property does not have the required dumpster enclosure as required by the ULDR. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/26/24, and a violation remained. The city is requesting 63 days or $100 per day thereafter until compliance is met.
So ordered.
Next case, page 5, Inspector Edward Easton, case number CE 24030583, case address 504 Southwest 11th Street, owner Rick Lentz, posted at property 6624, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon. Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 24030583 for the property located at 504 Southwest 11th Street. An inspection of the property was conducted on 3/20/24, and the following violations were observed. 18-12A is complied. 9-306, the exterior building has not been maintained. Structural parts, including the wall, fascia, are in disrepair, having stains and/or missing peeling paint. 9-280H1, the chain link fence at the property is in disrepair and not being maintained as required. 9-305B, the landscape at the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the front yard and swale area. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/26 of '24, and the violations remained. The city's requesting 63 days or $50 per day thereafter for each violation.
So ordered.
Next case, page 6, case number CE 24030219, case address 2216 Northwest 6th Court, owner Daniel Cassell, Inspector Guy Siderman. This case is complied. Next case, page 7, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 23120384, case address 701 Northwest 21st Terrace, owner 701 Mazal LLC, posted at property 6624, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Guy Satterman, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 23120384 for the property located at 701 Northwest 21st Terrace. This property was first inspected by Jeffrey Lombard on 12/14/2023 and given time to correct the following violations. 9-TAC 363, application for registration, complied. 9-TAC 306, exterior maintenance. The exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including the fascia, is in art and disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. 1812, overgrowth. 1812A, overgrowth and trash. There are overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and/or its swell. 47-TAC 20.20H, parking facilities not maintained. The parking area on the property is not being maintained. The driveway has cracks, potholes, and the asphalt top coat is raised, loose and missing some areas. There are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. 9-TAC 305B, landscape maintenance. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. As of 6/21/24, the property remains in violation. The city is requesting compliance within 28 days for 9-TAC 306, 47-TAC 20H, and 9-TAC 305B, and then 10 days for 1812A, or fines of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
Okay, so ordered.
Next case, also page 7, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 24020407, case address 623 Northwest 15th Way, owner Southeastern Conference Association of Seventh-day Adventists, Inc., posted at property 6524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Guy Siderman, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 24020407 for the property located at 623 Northwest 15th Way. The property is first inspected by Jeffrey Lombard on 2/15/2024, given time to correct for the following violations. 47-TAC 20.20H, parking facilities not maintained. There are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. The parking area has cracks, potholes, and the asphalt top coat is raised, loose and missing in some areas, missing well stops. 47-TAC 34.4.B.1 is withdrawn. 18-TAC 12A, overgrowth and trash. There's overgrowth and trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and/or its swell. 9-TAC 280H1, fence, garden wall in disrepair. The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The chain link fence surrounding the property is in disrepair. Areas of the fence are bent and are leaning and in need of repair or replacement. As of 6/21/2024, the property remains in violation. At this time, the city is requesting compliance for violation 47-20.20H, 91 days, 9-280H1, 28 days, and 18-TAC 20A, 10 days, or fines of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
So ordered.
Our next case, page 9, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 23090077, case address 1328 Northwest 4th Avenue, owner Andrew J. and Tawana Hendrickson, posted at property 6124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Inspector Jean-Claude Noel for the City of Fort Lauderdale. For code compliance, presenting case for CE 230-90077 for property located at 1328 Northwest 4th Avenue. This property was first inspected on 9/23 and was given time to correct for the following violations. 18-12 complied, 9-306 complied, 18-4 complied, 9-304, the asphalt gravel driveway at this property is not being maintained. The surface has cracks or damaged areas and is stained with dirt, oil, to include but not limited to wheel stops. There's grass and weeds growing through the gravel of this driveway. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 26, 2024, and the following violations have not complied with, as depicted in the photos. 9-305B, the city is requesting 28 days to comply with, or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
So ordered. Wait, what are you asking? Are you asking for a finding of fact on 18-4C?
Yes, ma'am. For 18-14, this is a recurring violation, and as you can see in the previous case, CE 220-40133, this case will proceed to special magistrate to obtain finding of fact whether or not it comes into compliance prior to the hearing. Thank you.
Okay, I'll enter that as well.
Our next case, page 11, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 24010725, case address 742 Northwest 3rd Avenue, owner Mara Brooks, posted at property 6724, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Senior Inspector Bernstein Sambert, presenting case number and property address as read. This property was cited on January 20th, 2024 for the following violation: 9304B complied, 47-21.16.8. There is a tree stump on this RMM 25 single-family residential property. Notice of hearing posted on the property, pre-hearing conducted on June 19th. We feel the violation remains. I've spoken to the property owner. She's not in the state due to medical reasons. She has been in contact with me. She's hoping to get back to the state in July. I would like to enter the photo that evidence that show violations as depicted. The city is requesting 15 days or a fine of $25 per day.
Wait, 15 days, but you just said she's not in the country.
No, she's been communicating with me. She was not in the country, but she's supposed to be back in July, she said. She's definitely going to be back in July.
Special
Okay,
Magistrate? Oh, sorry, I apologize. The reason we're giving her 15 days is because this has been open for a while, and it's a tree stump on the front of her property. She can contact a landscaping company and have somebody remove it without being there.
Okay, I'm going to grant 28 days, okay? Or $25, yeah. So July 25th. $25 a day, and it's July 25th is the compliance date.
Did you say 25 bucks?
You said $25 a day.
She lived there.
Our next case, page 14, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 24020476, case address case address 500 Southwest 11th Street, owner Rick Lentz, posted at property 624, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon, Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance, presenting case CE 2402-0476 for the property located at 500 Southwest 11th Street. An inspection of the property was conducted on 2/17/24, and the following violations were observed. 9-304B, the driveway is not being maintained. The gravel driveway is worn. 18-1, there's outdoor storage under the carport consisting of chairs, boxes, miscellaneous items at the property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may reasonably become infested or inhabited by rodents, vermin, or wild animals, or may adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of adjacent properties. 9-305B, the landscape at the property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. There are trees and plants that need trimming. 18-12A is complied. 9-278E, there are hurricane shutters on some of the windows of this occupied residential property. 47-34(1.A.1, there is illegal land use occurring at this zoned RD15 property. There are boxes, equipment, and toolboxes that are not screened from view. 9-306, the exterior walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including the fascia and soffits, are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stains. 18-4C, there is a derelict vehicle on the property. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 6/26/24, and the violations remained. The city is requesting 15 days or $50 per day thereafter for violations 18-1, 9-278E, 47-34.1.A.1, and 18-4C. The city is requesting 63 days or $50 per day thereafter for violations 9-304B, 9-305B, and 9-306.
Okay, so ordered.
Next case, page 15, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 2403-0705, case address 2700 Southwest 14th Avenue, owner Uzans LLC, posted at property 53124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Senior Inspector Bernstein, presenting case and property address as read. This property was cited in January 20th, 2024 for the following violations: 18-1 complied, 47-34.1.8.1 complied, 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are structural parts, including fascia soffits, are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stains, missing, and peeling paint. 47-19.5.E.7, the wood fence is not being maintained. There are missing and broken slats. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing landscape, including the swell. 9-363, failure to register the residential rental dwelling within the city. The free application has not been submitted or is incomplete. 9-304B, the concrete driveway is not being maintained. The driveway is discolored, stained, and needs to be repaired and resurfaced. Notice of hearing posted on the property. Pre-hearing conducted on June 26 revealed the violations remains. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows violations as depicted. The city is requesting 28 days or a fine of $25. Is requesting 28 days or a fine of $100 per day per violation.
Okay, so ordered.
Next case, page 16, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 24030996, case address 930 Southwest 16th Street, owner L Sun LLC. This case is complied. Next case, page 17, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 24030770, case address 802 Southwest 25th Street, owner George S. Gardner, posted at property 53124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Senior Inspector Bernstein Sambert, presenting case and property address as read. This property was cited March 20th, 2024 for the following violations. 1812A, there is overgrowth trash and vegetation. There is overgrowth of vegetation and trash on this property and or its swell. This is a recurrent violation. Refer to case CE 2008-0396. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 18-1, there is outdoor storage under the carport consisting of buckets, refrigerator, mop, utility hand trucks, and other miscellaneous items. It is being stored in a manner, it is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may reasonably become infested or inhabited by rodent, vermin, or wild animals, or may be furnished or breeding place for mosquitoes, or threatens or endangers the public health, safety, and welfare, or may adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of adjacent properties. This is a recurrent violation. Refer to case CE 2008-0396. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is a recurrent violation. Refer to case CE 2008-0396. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 4734.1.8.1, there is illegal land use occurring at this RS8 zone property. There is outdoor storage consisting of propel tanks, bricks, crate, mop, and other items not screened from view. 9304B, the concrete driveway is not being maintained. The driveway is stained and dirty. Notice of hearing posted on the property. Pre-hearing conducted on June 19th, 2024. Review the violation stated remains. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows violations as depicted. The city is requesting 28 days or a fine of 28 days for all violation or a fine of $25 per day.
Okay, so ordered.
Next case, page 18, Inspector Bernstein Sainbert, case number CE 2402-0846, case address 1107 Southwest 19th Street, owner David Helton and Robert K. Helton, posted at property 53124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Senior Inspector Bernstein Sainbert, presenting case and property address as read. This property was cited on March 2nd, 2024 for the following violations: 18-1 complied, 184C complied, 9304B complied, 9280B complied, 9305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including the swell. Notice of hearing posted on the property. Pre-hearing conducted on June 19th, 2024. Review the violation stated remains. I would like to enter the photos as evidence that shows violations as depicted. The city is requesting 28 days or a fine of $25 per day.
Okay, so ordered.
Next case, case number CE 2405-0145, case address 806 Southwest 29th Street, owner Ari Kosiker, Inspector Bernstein Sainbert. This case is complied. Next case, page 19, Inspector Bovary Xantis, case number CE 2403-0809, case address 1491 Northwest 20th Street, numbers 1 through 3, owner William Ruiz, CNMT LLC, posted at property 61424, posted at 1 East Broward 61324. But you're next. Next case, page 20, Inspector Bovary Xantis, case number CE 2405-0264, case address 1636 Northwest 14th Street, owner PF Rental Development 2018 LLC, posted at property 61424, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Morning, Your Honor. Case is complied.
Oh. Okay. Next case, page 21, Inspector Bovary Xantis, case number CE 2405-0305, case address 1535 Northwest 17th Street, owner Francisco Jean and Nadij Augustin Joseph, posted at property 61424, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Case is complied.
Next case, page 22, Inspector Diego Santos, case number CE 24030919, case address 1017 Southwest 22nd Avenue, owner Ronaldo J. Crespo and Richard Anthony Crespo, posted at property 61824, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon, Inspector Diego Santos, representing the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address as read. The initial inspection was conducted on March 27, 2024, and the following violations were observed. Violation 18-4C, that was a withdrawal. Violations 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, debris on the property and on its swell. There's a large pile of trash and rubbish and debris on the left front side of the property. This case will be presented to a special magistrate as a recurring violation from case CE 22110235, whether or not comes to compliance. Violation 9-304B. The derelict vehicle and trailer, they are removed from the grass. The current violations, the driveway, gravel, entryway is missing gravel and weeds are growing through it. This case will be presented to special magistrate as a recurring violation from case CE 22110235, whether or not it comes to compliance. Violation 9-305B, the landscape of this property is not being maintained in neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover in the front of the property. The swell is missing gravel, weeds are growing, and overgrowth are going through it. This case will be presented to special magistrate as a recurring violation from case CE 22110235, whether or not comes to compliance. The city is requesting the following: 10 days to come to compliance for violations 18-12A, 9-304B, and 9-305B, or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
$50 a day?
$50 a day,
So
yes.
ordered.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going back to page 19. Inspector Bovary Exantis, case number CE 24030809, case address 1491 Northwest 20th Street, numbers 1 through 3. Owner William Ruiz, CNMT LLC, posted at property 61424, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Again, Officer Exensis on behalf of City of Fort Lauderdale, Community Enhancement, case and address as read. Violation 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Violation 9-304B. There are vehicles, trailers parked in the lawn grass area, and the parking lot is in disrepair. Violation 9-304B is complied. Violation 9-305B. The city is requesting 28 days for compliance or fine of $100 each day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 23, Inspector Gail Williams, case number CE 23110319, case address 2829 North Federal Highway, owner Jiger Meister 1 LLC in care of Danek Corp., posted at property 61724, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Senior Officer Gail Williams for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 23110319, address 2829 North Federal Highway. This case was first cited on November 17, 2023, for the following violations by previous Officer Damusma. 47-19.4.D.1, complied. 18-12A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and or swell. There are wood pallets, tires, and drums on the property. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on June 25, 2024, for the following violations that remained, as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 10 days for violation 18-12A to comply with a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter. For violation 9-305B, The city is requesting 63 days to comply or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next case, page 25, Inspector Marco Aguilera, Guy Seiderman presenting case number CE 24010720, case address 50 Southwest 31st Avenue, owner Glad Realty Corp., posted at property 6524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Guy Satterman, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 24010720 for the address of 50 Southwest 31st Avenue for Senior Code Compliance Officer Marco Aguilera. This case was first cited on 1/20/2024 for the following violations. 18 TAC 12A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and/or its swell. This is a recurring violation. See case CE 230-60447. 47 TAC 20.20H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. The parking lot has cracks, potholes, parking stripes are faded and discolored. 18 TAC 4C complied, 18 TAC 1 complied. The property remains in violation as of 6/23/24 as per the photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting 10 days for 1812A and 28 days for 47 TAC 2020H, or fines of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
So ordered.
Next case, also page 25, Inspector Marco Aguilera, Guy Seiderman presenting case number CE 24040556, case address 3904 Southwest 13th Court, owner MPG 3904 LLC, posted at property 6524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Guy Seiderman, Code Compliance Officer, City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 24040556 for the address of 3904 Southwest 13th Court. This case was first cited on 4/16/2024 for the following violations. 9 TAC 305B, the landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, grass. Violations 47 TAC 20.20H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property, parking stripes faded and not clearly visible. Parking stops are dirty, discolored, and are in need of paint. 24 TAC 29A complied. The property remains in violation as of 6/23/24 as per photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting 28 days to come into compliance or face fines of $100 per day per violation.
47-20.20 and 24-29A. Both of those are still,
Which one is complied, Guy?
The 18 TAC 4C is complied and 18 TAC 1
wait, here's a
complied.
different case.
Page 25.
Okay.
20,
Okay. At this time, the city is requesting 10 days for 18 TAC 12A and 28 days.
No, no.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got that confused.
Magistrate, Supervisor Cologne, 24-29A has been complied.
Okay, so there's only one violation outstanding, which is 47-20.20, correct? And that's the one you're seeking 28-day compliance with $100?
Correct.
Okay, so ordered. He said, so you said, to be clear, so I want to make sure she's clear, 9-305B is in compliance and 24-29A is in compliance.
No.
You want to read?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Guy,
No,
were you reading the right case?
yes.
Correct. Then it, just at the second time is when I
Yeah.
got confused on the page.
Right.
So
2429 is complied.
I want it for the record, though, so I need you to go back to the mic and correct it, because we're kind of all over the place on this one.
It's Guy Seiderman, Code Officer for City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 240-40556 for the address of 3904 Southwest 13th Court. This case was first cited on 4/16/2024 for the following violations. 9 TAC 305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover and grass. Violations 47 TAC 20.20H. There are parking facilities that are not being maintained at this property. Parking stripes are faded and not clearly visible. Parking stops are dirty, discolored, and in need of paint. 24 TAC 29A complied. The property remains in violation as of 6/23/24 as per photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting 28 days to come into compliance or face fines of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
So for violations 9-305B and violation 47-20.20, you're seeking compliance of 28 days, right? Those two violations?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
We're going back to page 22, recalling case number CE 24030919. Inspector Diego Santos.
Inspector Diego Santos represents the city of Fort Lauderdale, recalling the case CE 24030919. When it comes to the city requesting timing, unfortunately, I made a mistake. The following is that what the city is requesting for violation 18-12A. We are requesting 10 days for come to compliance, or $50 for the violation. And regarding violations 9-304B and 9-305B, we are actually requesting 28 days to come into compliance, or $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, so ordered then.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next case, page 28, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 2404. Case number CE 24040119, case address 209 Northwest 17th Street, owner Brian Patilar, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24040119, reference to the property 209 Northwest 17th Street. Property was initially cited on April 4th, 2024 for the following violations: 9-363 complied, 47-20.20H. The parking area at this RDS 15 zone property is in disrepair. The gravel parking area along with the asphalt surface was observed uneven and not in a smooth and well-graded condition. Section 9-313A, properties not identified by approved address numbers. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and its swale. 18-4C complied. 47-34.1.8.1, there's illegal land use occurring at this RDS 15 zone property. There's a large accumulation of outdoor storage at the front and rear of the property, consisting of, but not limited to, derelict utility trailers, derelict vehicles, buckets, discarded metals, and other miscellaneous items. 18-11A complied. 9-280B, there are building parts which are deteriorated and not maintained. The front doors of the property were observed stained and missing paint. Section 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing and peeling paint. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Reinspection of the property was performed on June 15, 2024, and found that the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. At this time, the city is requesting the following.
Mr. Speedy Gonzalez over here.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, you know, we breathe in between sentences. It's okay. Yeah.
All right. For section 47-20.20H, we'll do 91 days, $100 per day thereafter. For 9-313A, 10 days, $100 thereafter. 18-12A, 10 days, $100 thereafter. 47-34.1.8.1, also 10 days, $100 thereafter. For 9-280B, 28 days, $100 thereafter. For 9-306, 28 days, $100 thereafter. And last but not least, 9-305B, 28 days, $100 thereafter.
That was the slowest you've ever spoken. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Next case, page 29, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24040156, case address 1100 Northeast 4th Avenue, owner Rocky Marina, Fort Lauderdale LLC, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Officer Shaquan Kendra presenting for Senior Officer Garcia, case number CE 240-40156, in reference of property 1100 Northeast 4th Ave. This property was initially cited on April 4th, 2024 for the following violations: 47-22.9 complied, 47-20.20H. The parking area at this CB zone property was found in disrepair. The parking area at this property was observed to have broken curves, uneven surfaces, and cracks. The property spaces have faded lines. An inspection was performed on June 15, 2024, and found that the property remains in violation as per the photos depicted. At this time, the city is requesting 91 days to comply or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered. Oh.
Our next case, page 31, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24040546, case address 806 Northwest 10 Terrace, owner Excelsior East Broward Industrial LLC, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24040546 in reference to the property 806 Northwest 10 Terrace. This property was initially cited on April 16, 2024, under Section 15-28, citing that the business New Generation Auto Body and Paint LLC at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. Reinspection of the property was performed on June 15, 2024, and found that the establishment continues to operate without a business tax receipt. At this time, the city is requesting 28 days to comply, or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Next case, also page 31, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24020844, case address 1519 Northwest 2nd 2 Avenue, owner Charlene's Michael, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24020844 in reference to the property 1519 Northwest 2nd Avenue. This property was initially cited on February 29, 2024 for the following violations: 18-4C complied, 18-12A complied, 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. A reinspection was performed on June 26, 2024, and found that the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. At this time, city is requesting 28 days to comply or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Next case, page 32, Inspector Manuel Garcia, case number CE 24040521, case address 621 Northwest 21st Avenue, owner Precise Pressure Cleaning LLC, posted at property 61524, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 24040521, reference to the property 621 Northwest 21st Avenue. The property was initially cited on April 16, 2024 under Section 15-28, citing that the auto body shop business at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. A reinspection of the property was performed on June 15, 2024, found that the establishment continues to operate without a business tax receipt. At this time, city is requesting 28 days to comply or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Next case, page 33, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 24050325, case address 6731 Northwest 29th Avenue, owner Casa Abedin LLC, posted at property 6624, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Len Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for KCE 2405-0325, 6731 Northwest 29th Avenue. This property was cited on 5/13/2024. The listing remains as of 6/25/24. City is requesting 15 days to come into compliance or $500 a day thereafter.
So ordered. And a finding of fact? No, I guess the compliance date. Okay, that's fine.
Next case, page 34, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 2405-0539, case address 5820 Northeast 14th Road, owner Lane Yoon, posted at property 6424, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for CE 2405-0539, 5820 Northeast 14th Road. This property was cited on 5/20/2024. Came into compliance on 6/19/2024. The city is requesting a finding of fact that the violation did occur, and if the violation occurs again, the city is requesting $500 per day.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 2405-0541, case address 5631 Northeast 16th Avenue, owner Christine M. Gerbrock and Addison Gerbrock, posted at property 6424, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case number 5631 Northeast 16th Avenue. That was cited on 5/20/2024, and it was complied on 6/6/24. The city is requesting a finding of fact that the violation did occur, and should it occur again, the city is requesting $500 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case, Inspector Evan Oaks, case number CE 2405-0262, case address 1610 Southwest 24th Avenue, owner Matthew Rene Pierre Patot, posted at property 6124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Good afternoon, Code Compliance Officer Evan Oaks, City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case number and property address as read. This property was initially inspected on May 9, 2024, and the following violations were observed. 15-272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. This is a repeat violation. The previous case was CE 23120361, which was presented at the Special Magistrate hearing on March 28, 2024. At that hearing, Special Magistrate Cannon ordered 15 days to comply or $500 per day per violation thereafter. The property was in violation for the following days: May 9, 2024, May 10, 2024, May 11, 2024, May 15, 2024, May 17, 2024, and May 22, 2024, and June 5, 2024. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Saturday, June 22, 2024. And at that time, the violation was in compliance. The city is requesting that the current fines of $500 a day be imposed for the previous days that the property was not in compliance. The city is also requesting that in the future, if the property operates without an issued certificate, that the daily fine be increased to $1,000 per day.
Okay, so I'm going to order that it'll be a $3,500 fine plus a $1,000 daily fine if the violation reoccurs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Next case, page 35, Inspector Evan Oaks, case number CE 2405-0273, case address 900 Southwest 31st Street, owner Tall Sierra Properties, LLC, posted at property 6124, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Code Compliance Officer Evan Oaks, City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case number and property address as read. This property was initially inspected on May 10, 2024, and the following violation was observed. 15-272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Saturday, June 22, 2024, and the following violation remains. 15-272A, as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting $500. The city is requesting 15 days to comply, or a fine of $500 per day per violation thereafter to be imposed.
So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Next case, page 37, case number CE 240502992, case address 3101 Bayshore Drive, 2204, owner ABZW2204 LLC. Inspector Kat Gavin, this case is complied. Next case, bottom of page 37, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 240500489, case address 1220 Northeast 2nd Street, owner Barry Sarkle, posted at property 6324, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and number and address as read. This property was inspected on May 14th, 2024 for the following violation, 15-2787. The advertisement for this vacation rental property does not meet the ordinance requirements relating to occupancy, certificate number, and/or sexual predator verbiage. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. On May 21st, 24, the violation was complied and the case was closed. The violation of this property is now in compliance. However, the city is requesting a finding of fact that any subsequent violation of this code will be cited as a repeat violation with daily fines of $500 per day for each day the violation exists.
So ordered.
We're going back up to page 37, second case. Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 240500092, case address 74 Nermy Drive, owner Gregory Carterin Revocable Living Trust, posted at property 6324, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
That case is complied.
So they're both complied then?
Next case, page 38, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 240400510, case address 419 Poinciana Drive, owner Louis Graw, posted at property 6324, posted at 1 East Broward 61324.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This property was inspected on June 19th for the following violation, 15-272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date unless a vacation rental certificate is obtained for the property. On June 26, 24, the violation remained. The violation at this property has still not been brought into compliance. The city is seeking full compliance within 15 days or a fine of $1,000 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next case, page 40, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 23090492, case address 1451 North Federal Highway, owner BH Plaza Del Mar LLC. This case was first heard at 12524 to comply by 32824, one suspension from 53023 to 53024 to 62724, one section not complied at $100 per day, $6,300. The city is requesting the full amount.
Inspector Paulette Del Grosso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read. The property is complied as of yesterday, June 26th. Therefore, the city requests the full imposition of fines in addition to the administrative costs of $617 for the 63 days out of compliance.
So ordered.
Thank you.
617.
And
Right. 6,300 and then 617. Will you add them? I leave them separate. Yeah. Okay.
Next case, page 41, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 23110729, case address 729 Southwest 2nd Court, owner SP Florida LLC. This case was first heard 32824 to comply by 53024. One section not complied at $150 per day, $4,200 accrued. City is requesting the full amount. The fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, Inspector Edward Eason, case number CE 240100354, case address 911 Southwest 11th Avenue, owner Knobs Marina, Inc. This case was first heard 42524 to comply by 53024. One section complied at $50 per day, $1,300 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Next case, page 43, Inspector Gail Williams, case number CE 24020035, case address 5861 Northeast 14th Terrace, owner Frank V. Riley Jr. and Myrna Bell Roche. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24 and 5/30/24. 4 sections not complied at $100 per day, $18,700 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 44, Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 23110262, case address 516 Northwest 19th Avenue, owner Alex M. Palmer and John Miller Palmer. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24 and 5/30/24. 5 sections not complied at $100 per day, $21,500 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 45, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 23100508, case address 1340 Northeast 2nd Avenue, owner Shirley J. Sweeney. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24 and 5/30/24. 4 sections not complied at $50 per day, $5,600 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 46, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 23110719, case address 1245 Northwest 1st Avenue, owner 1245 Northwest LLC. This case was first heard 4/25/24 to comply by 5/5/24 and 5/30/24. 1 section not complied at $100 per day, $2,800 accrued. 2 sections complied at $100 per day, $5,400 accrued, for a total of $8,200. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
So ordered.
Next case, page 51, Inspector Bovary Xantis, case number CE 23070553, case address 1795 Lauderdale Manor Drive, owner Rudolph Thompson and Derek Thompson and all others. This case was first heard 2/29/24 to comply by 3/10/24 and 3/28/24. 1 suspension from 4/25/24 to 5/30/24. 1 section not complied at $50 per day, $2,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Case and address as read by the clerk. This case is in compliance. The city is requesting administrative costs of $560.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next case, page 53, Inspector Robert Kroc, case number CE 24020485, case address 1517 Northeast 17th Terrace, owner Happy Seahorse. This is to vacate the order of 3/28/24.
Okay, so ordered.
Next case, page 55, Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 23100526, case address 1332 Northeast 2nd Avenue, owner Deborah L. Burke. This case was first heard 3/28/24 to comply by 4/25/24 and 5/30/24. 2 suspensions noted on the agenda. 1 section complied at $50 per day, $1,250 accrued. The city is requesting no fines.
Okay, so ordered.
The city is requesting to enter pages 56 and 57 into today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases.
So ordered.
This concludes the special magistrate hearing agenda for Thursday, June 27, 2024.